No, I just realized it's been way too long since I've listened to this track. I also need to figure out when exactly the new update is coming out for this. I forget what it's supposed to be. Sea of Stars DLC. When was the release date for that? Because I think they did announce that. Thrills of the Watchmaker. Okay, so spring 2025. So basically, like any day now, there should be the quote-unquote DLC for Sea of Stars. And I'm definitely looking heckin' forward to it. Apparently, they also did like a big update back in November where they actually like changed some of the combat system a little bit. Apparently, they have like mystery locks now, so you have to figure out what those are before you can like unlock them. They did some other things with it as well. They did a lot of things with the game apparently, and I've missed all that somehow. And they even added a speedrunner mode relic, which I don't know what exactly that does. It doesn't really say. But yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. I'm guessing at least like story stuff like that. Okay. For a second, I forgot where my controller was. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring it right on in. Welcome in everybody to the... I don't know if this is probably going to take 2 streams, I imagine, but at least the first stream of our making of Heritage of Dragon Sail speedrun guides. Which, yeah, I'm still very... I have a very, very vague plan for how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to kind of just go through like basically a standard speedrun, but I'm going to be just kind of explaining the tech that I'm using on each stage for when they apply stuff like that. Probably for the very first stage, I'm going to implement some of the, well, at least talk about some of the general mechanics, and especially what I call the extended long jump, which is where you just do like the jump, dash, double jump, dash again, and you can get like a lot of distance cleared that way. But yeah, that's going to be probably the bulk of what we're going to do here. I might need to make like a proper intro for like each of the subsequent videos when I upload this to YouTube. I'm also not sure if I want to upload these as far as like I don't know if I want to keep these as just like unlisted and just have them listed in the Discord, or upload them as like separate videos. It might be better if I do separate videos, so that people can kind of see it randomly and think, oh, this looks kind of cool. What game is this? And they can kind of look into it that way. I still need to figure out how I'm going to do that. But yeah, we're going to get started with the actual recording of that kind of stuff tonight. And yeah, that one's gonna take a while to get like all the videos like compiled and stuff like that. Cause right now I'm gonna do my regular, recording the entire stream as I stream and stuff like that. And then I'm probably gonna be like cutting it down to the appropriate sections as I do like some editing later on, which is gonna take time. Cause that's not something I normally do. So it's gonna take me a while to get used to like the things and stuff like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the game going. Get the game started. I didn't even think about how I was going to open the first video either. I should have considered that first. Well, things for me to learn, I guess. What we said about the art, you wanted to make sense? Yeah, it made plenty of sense. It's a relatively simple but still kind of cool idea. Yeah, so I guess what we're going to do is we'll just start right here. I need to think of a proper intro. Also, I realize the music kind of fades out at the end. But yeah, so welcome in everybody who's watching on YouTube. We're going to be starting a series here of basically learning how to speedrun Heritage of Dragon Sail, basically one stage at a time. It might be more like one split at a time, because some of the end game sequences are kind of like 2 stages into one split, stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to be showing off how to do like some of the kind of basic tech at the start here, and then how to go to like each specific section as the game goes on. So we're not going to have... Actually, I think I will put a timer up so I can at least time certain segments. Or at least do some kind of like basic testing on how stuff like that works. Okay, there's my thing up there. Yeah, I'm not going to have my full splits up here quite yet, because that's not really going to be quite the focus. But yeah, also if anybody has any questions in chat about like what I'm doing, how the stage works, how the game works, stuff like that, feel free to ask any question you want to ask, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. There's still like some technical details I don't know the details for, but I'm gonna do my best to answer all those questions. And if you're watching on YouTube as well, feel free to leave a comment in the chat. Is there actually like a term for that? Just kind of leave a comment below the video, and I'll respond to it with all the same information I can provide on here. But yeah, for now, so there's gonna be kind of one basic movement tech. Well, it's kind of tech. So I think I'll just get into the game and I'll explain it that way. I forgot to turn my controller on. This is a great way to start a guide video. Okay, turning on the controller. Unfortunately, if I turn my controller on after the game loads, it reads it as like a different kind of controller than if it's on ahead of time. It might just be the fact I'm using a PS5 controller on PC, so that might just be like a personal skill issue thing. But yeah, so let's start that over. If I start that over, I'm not gonna like restart the video. I'm gonna keep my my derpage in there just to kind of show, hey, I'm a derp. But yeah, here we get the intro theme again. Yay! But yeah, let's go ahead and just get right into it. So we'll go into... Okay, one kind of important thing to know is that whenever you start a new game, it'll automatically save your data to whichever save file you used last. So if you want to keep your casual playthrough, you want to basically save your current playthrough onto a separate save slot. Then I'll go back to the next one and it'll automatically use this one as default. So I use number 1 as my default speedrun save, and 3 is, it's not my 100% playthrough. I did accidentally save over that before. But yeah, that's how you can basically make, because the game does autosave on its own, so it will always pick one file to autosave from. So that's one thing that you might want to be aware of. But yeah, and then, so when we start the time, it's literally just when you hit new game. Like I mentioned, I'm not really going to be doing like full splits on here, but yeah, the second you hit new game is when you would start the timer. Alright, so here I'm going to go a little bit over some of the basic movement you do. You have a double jump from the start, which double jump doesn't do a lot extra, but it's definitely enough in some cases. And there's also probably the main bit of movement in this run is the dash ability. You do move a decent bit faster. I never actually got like specific timing for how much faster this is, but it definitely moves a lot faster. And I think it's about, like, I want to say a 1 second time or like 1 second cooldown between when you can dash. And probably with the basic movement you'll see is what I call the extended long jump, where you do start with a jump, dash, double jump, dash, and you basically clear like half a screen in the span of a single jump. And so that's a good way to be able to get across a lot of gaps that you wouldn't normally be able to if you're just playing kind of more normally. And yeah, let's just go right to the stage. So one thing you kind of want to do is, yeah, I think you do want to get some experience from enemies. Usually off the slime, so you can just like Mario jump off of them and you get the kill and experience for those. I still don't know if the mushrooms are necessarily worth the time spent to attacking, because you have to slow down and actually hit them. And also one thing to note as well is that anytime you attack an enemy, you do get a little bit of knockback. So you want to make sure that when you do any kind of attacking, and also when you get hit, you obviously get knocked back as well. But you want to make sure that you are not in a position that will be like put you over a pit and then suddenly die. So this is actually one example of a pit you can kind of extended long jump over. And then this thing here, you have to wait for this to come up, and then you can kind of reflect it and blow the thing down. So you can actually reflect a decent bit of attacks in this game. Generally anything that's kind of a flashy attack, that's a projectile, you can reflect back to the enemy or wherever it came from. And you, especially when you get to late game after you upgraded your attack a bunch of times, it'll do a whole bunch more damage. And it's kind of one of the key ways we defeat one of the human guard enemies later on in the game. And you always get checkpoints, because they will restore your HP and MP every time you pick one up, so definitely recommend it. Also, you can defeat those birds just by Mario stomping on them, like with the slimes. Some of them are a little awkward to get to, though, so it's not something I really go for a lot. Yeah, for the most part, this stage is just about trying to move fast, avoiding going in pits, and yeah, so this is another example. You can just do an extended long jump to get across that without even paying attention to the platform. Yeah, the early sections of the guides are going to be pretty simple. And yeah, kind of one of the things is you want to get a little bit extra experience from some of the enemies here, because you will want to get a couple level ups by the time you start the desert dungeon level place. So that one, if you move fast enough, you can just, yeah, I'll even try to do that again. If you make this particular section fast enough, I forget how the cycle reworks here. Okay, so it is a screen-based. Okay, so anytime you start a screen, there will be some cycles that will kind of reset for you. So for example here, we want to basically dash immediately, dash, oh. Yeah, this is one of those things where like I can do it instinctively, but as soon as I try to think about what I'm doing, I suddenly can't. So yeah, let's try that again. So you want to make sure you get a good early dash in here. No, crap, that was my setup. Yeah, I think it's basically just maybe doing the jump. Yeah. I'm kind of learning my own strats for the first time as well, because I'm actually like consciously thinking about it, which is the worst thing to do when you're trying to teach somebody something. Actually, I think you want to be dashing into the screen transition to give that little extra starting speed. So kind of like this. And, oh, okay. Not sure how I got the double jump there. It's okay. This is why we're just practicing. And yeah, every time you die, you will lose 15% of your on-hand money and 10% of your experience. And generally, dying is also a very slow thing in this game. Like, if you want to focus on getting good times, you just want to focus on just surviving. That is probably the #1 thing to think about when you're first doing this. Oh, I didn't realize a single sword swing was enough to beat those birds too. Good to know. Yeah, we just kind of head back, and yeah, you can just Goomba Stomp the slimes. Also, that's the spot I always accidentally kill the bird, and I get free experience that way. Yeah, we just kind of make our way back. For the most part, as long as you're getting the dash button hidden, you're going pretty much fast enough. I still haven't figured out like a perfect rhythm for this yet. It does kind of feel like the time slightly varies. Oh, okay, that was not the right setup. But I think if you dash like right as the screen transition starts, dash up there. Yeah, so I think that's the way you do it. So you would dash into the screen transition, jump, dash, jump, then double jump. You can get up there just with enough height. You can skip having to wait for that platform for another tick. Yeah, otherwise, it's kind of more basic movement. You can get some money here if you need to, but you really shouldn't need that money. Generally, the first time you would need money will be after you have a chance to get a whole bunch of it, after picking up after saving the blacksmith wife during one of the little side quests later on. Then you have a little down, for me, triangle, but you can remount the controls however you need to. You can actually slide through some sections. Sliding doesn't make you go any faster per se, but it does cause some enemies to get stunned and give you some extra iframes, depending on which enemy you use it on. So it can be really nice for some like safety mechanisms too. So we have another checkpoint. And yeah, until you get downstabbed, but pretty much any enemy that comes up on you is going to have a bad time. And then there are these little arena rooms where you literally just have to defeat all the enemies inside as fast as you can. Now, given that this is the first stage, this isn't going to be like super complicated. Like the snakes are probably going to be the worst because they take 4 hits. And the mushrooms take 2. And they always come in the same order, but I think their position is randomized. So yeah, just take care of all those guys, collect the money just to be a little extra safe and cautious. Then you would collect the thing here, and this is where you'll get the little prompt about how leveling up works. In Speedrun, you just literally button mash this section. But yeah, whenever you get a certain amount of experience, which will increase every other level, you can spend a stat point to increase either your attack, your health, or your magic. And then later on, you'll get I can't think of what the ability is called, but basically like a super dragon ability that'll let you fly around and be invincible. Our experience bubble is worth getting in a speedrun. I would say, at least for the first couple levels, they can be nice, because they'll give you some extra level up points to work with. Also, I love how we're actually missing the entire music because we waited so long in that menu. But yeah, early on, if you see an experience bubble pop up on an enemy, I would say go ahead and go for it. When you get to like the kind of mid-game-ish, like once you get done with... I would say once you start in the city of Alto, the experience bubbles aren't really as worth it anymore unless they're super quick to get and or they're worth a lot of XP. Like, I think they can range up to typically like 30 to 120 XP per bubble. Early on, even the 30 XP ones are really good because that's like half a level right there. By the time you get to City of Alto, even the 120 experience ones are like maybe questionable. But yeah, in the early one, it is nice to go for the experience bubbles just to get a little bit of safety leveling as well. Because one thing that leveling up does as well is that upon getting the level up, upon hitting the HP threshold, you recover all of your health. And then also, if you level up your health again, you also get an HP recovery. So you can use this as kind of like a safety later on in case you're about to die from damage because you just had like a bad luck with the stage. You can use that to kind of save your run a little bit and avoid a death and avoid some time loss. Alright, and then once you beat that stage, you get the crystal, you get the prompt and everything, you come into this town, you just immediately hold left and leave. There is nothing else you need to do in this town. You will never come back to this section again. And yeah, that is how you do the first stage of this game. So I'm gonna end this. So I will be ending this part of the YouTube video, and I'll be starting the next one in a little bit. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. And cut to new video. And welcome on back. This is going to be video number 2 of how to go ahead and do the basically routing from. Yeah, because this is probably like one of the few complicated sections of movement in the overworld. So after you finish up the first stage, you exit the town immediately. You have a few things you want to do in this segment. You want to head down toward this path and kind of start going southwest once you start going over here. We want to get access to a fast travel location. It's going to be this little patch of kind of open foresty spot right here. We want to go inside here, and then we want to immediately leave. And so we'll get a pop-up saying that we've unlocked fast travel because now we have another location we can fast travel to. So you just button mash through this, and I'll go over how the fast travel works when we actually get to that section. Button mash through all of that. You head westward and try to avoid the random encounters that pop up. Some of them will be easier to do than others. Sometimes you get stuck in a really bad area. You have no choice but to take a random encounter. Bear in mind this cave location. We will be going back to this later on, but not quite yet. Then so after you cross that bridge there, you just head north, cross this other bridge, keep going north and follow the path, and avoid the random encounter. Then you want to enter into Tenebor Village. So we're going to be doing a couple things in Tenebor Village here. And of course, you always dash to go faster. We'll be getting an item after we get on our second trip back to this town. First thing you want to do is you want to go talk to the blacksmith over here. We will give you a quest to save his wife, who is out trying to gather ingredients, but she's been gone for too long. And yeah, he's concerned about her, so you're supposed to save her. In order to get access to her, we will be picking up the bombs, but that'll be at a later step in the run. You also want to talk to this guy, who also has an exclamation mark over his head. He is, I think, like a brother or cousin or something like that to the person who can teach you the down stab ability, which is a very useful ability because it lets you attack straight downwards as you're in the air, and also lets you avoid taking damage from enemies that would normally cause damage because they have like spikes in their head or whatever. You want to talk to this guy, just kind of button mash all the way through. Then I think it is faster to exit town to the right. This is something I actually need to maybe retest at some point. Actually, no, we can do that now. Let's figure out which side is better to go from. So assuming we just talk with him, start the timer. There we go. Don't mind the color. It's based on rando stuff. Okay, so it takes about... Why are there multiple splits still? Okay. But yeah, it takes about 8.5 seconds going in that direction. Let me... why is it not letting me remove segments? Do I need to just close it out? Okay, apparently if it's still technically active, it doesn't let me do anything with that. Okay, so let's just save... Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. So we'll save those splits so we don't have to worry about, like, doing the thing again. But yeah, it takes about 8.5 seconds going to the right with that. Oh, and I accidentally activated my spell. Yeah, one of the cool things with this game is that you can technically swap. You basically have 2 attack slots. You have I have mine attacked to the left weapon slot, which you can see on the very top of the window. I have the left one marked to square on my PS5 controller, and the right one marked to circle on mine, because that's just how my brain works. And you can actually swap them any way you like. So if you want to have like the fire spell be on the square button instead, you can absolutely do that. But yeah, it's basically whichever of the 2 attack buttons you have that you're kind of working on. But yeah, so we'll time from going left. I'm assuming this is going to be a lot longer. I know we had quite more path that we traversed through. Okay, yeah, you definitely want to head right when leaving the town, because this is going to be an extra... Oh, yeah, I didn't realize it was this much extra time. Wait, that's like twice as long. Okay. Alright, so yeah, when you pick up all the quests, you want to just leave right off the screen. And then once you get all those picked up, you want to open up the menu, go to settings. This is where you go to your fast travel. Click on that, and then you'll get to the overall map world. Any spot with the little bird icon is where you can fast travel to. You want to come back down to where we got the open patch in the forest. Then immediately go into that patch again. Then you want to talk to this person right here. Button mash. And then you learn down stab, which you do by simply being in the air, holding down, and pressing the attack button. And one of the nifty things about the down stab ability is that it actually does double damage from what you would normally do. So if you do 8 base damage, you do 16 base damage instead. Dang it. And yeah, if you get a random encounter, it's basically like a little kind of mini stage you just have to kind of navigate through. For the most part, they're relatively simple. Sometimes they can cause issues if they're in like an ice area with ice physics, or a flame area that can cause like a lot of flame damage, stuff like that. For the most part, they're nice and quick and small to get through though. So now we head southwest, where the random encounters, and then we enter into Gabora Pass. So we don't need to do any kind of level ups of any kind yet. Right now, we just kind of keep going through, and you can start trying to attack enemies with the down stab. Not all of them are going to be necessarily one-shot. The mushrooms can be one-shot, so you can get some quick experience with them. Yeah, the slime you still probably just want to do the stomping on, because that's going to be a lot faster and basically easier. Because for some reason, like, the down stab doesn't always seem to work for me, and I don't know why. Yeah, if you need to slow down to make sure you can actually survive a segment, that is definitely a good thing to do. Once you get to this section, you want to head left. if we were going for like strictly pure speed, you would just go right, but here we want to pick up a key that gives us access to the bombs, at least at an earlier point in the game than we would otherwise have. So you just platform all the way here. Make sure you jump to get the key. If you don't get the key manually, you will not pick it up. And that's actually another enemy where you can like reflect their attacks. You just basically do that. It actually knocks them back a little bit too. So some enemies actually just get knocked off a platform like that. You can kind of troll them a little bit. But yeah, now we head over to the right. So kind of pick up any free experience that we can. Yeah, those turtle shell guys, you're not going to do damage to them until like basically end game, so they're not really worth thinking about. Yeah, just kind of some basic platforming at this point. And again, always get the checkpoints, because if you die, you would lose a lot of time, and losing time is a bad thing to do in the speedrun. The more you know. Technically, you can kill that green mushroom, so you want to do a quick dash under there to get to the section early, and kind of jump over that little imp there. You could technically attack and kill that green mushroom beforehand, but it doesn't really give enough experience, and you don't have a lot of extra time to do that, so... It's something I kind of started doing when I speedran this, but I realized it wasn't really all that effective. This guy you can either just dash through, or you can slide through. And sliding, like I mentioned, gives you extra iframes, so you can basically take less damage. These guys you can definitely go for the kill on, because this platform here is going to take way too long to actually do anything otherwise. And you do have to duck to survive this section. Run through, get a free kill there. These little fat guys always die from any sword swing, but they're very erratic in the movement, so you can't even guarantee you'll hit them, so you have to be careful with them. Go up here. I think there's a health potion here. Yeah, if you're wounded, you can take this health potion here. It's not too much of a time loss. Unfortunately, this cycle you cannot make under any circumstances, so you can basically get a quick kill on that little guy right there if you want to. Another health right here, but this is a consumable form. If you want to pick up a healing item for potential use later, you can do that. But honestly, you'll get enough random drops from these little blocks, because these blocks here will also give you a random drop, or potentially give you a random drop when you break them open. They don't always give you something. There's like some kind of percentage chance. But yeah, breaking these, sometimes they'll give you like current health, sometimes they give you a consumable, sometimes they give you money. They can give you kind of a little bit of anything. And sometimes if you're low on health, it kind of helps to maybe try to jump into a block or two of those. Because the one tile blocks can be broken up by just jumping upward into it. The other ones require like actual proper attacks to get through. But yeah, it's not a bad way to try to get some health back if you're getting low for whatever reason. Yeah, always watch out for when you get hit by enemies to make sure you're not accidentally like falling into a pit that you weren't planning to. Because again, the worst thing you can do is get hit by an enemy and then fall into a pit and die and lose all your progress from your last checkpoint. So another couple basic long jumps here. You can also just jump right on top of those rocks too. You don't need to worry like about downstabbing them or anything. This is a section I feel like you'll always have some kind of like randomness to when you get to it. As long as you get to the section where this middle pill that's going up and down here, as long as that's going up by the time you get here, you're basically on a good pace for the stage. Otherwise, just keep on going. Don't mind the falling rocks. Just keep on dashing. This one looks scary, but you can easily make this with the extended long jump. You can even keep it going too, especially if you can make this cycle. Yeah, for a decently sized chunk of this game, it's literally just as long as you can keep going fast, you can usually make the cycles. Then yeah, that is the desert there. So that'll be the end of this video. And then tune into the next video where we do the first official dungeon. After I make sure I don't get random. I should probably pause during these sections. Okay, you know, let's just take care of this real quick. Yeah, I will say some of these random encounters can be more dangerous than others, so you do want to kind of keep an eye out, but they're usually not so bad. But yeah, so with that, I will see you all in the next video. And welcome on into the next video, where we are going to go through the next section. This route is pretty simple to get to the next stage. You basically just go down the path that you just unlocked, follow the checkpoint, or the flag marker. Now we're going to the Kavari Dunes. Yeah, I don't think there's really too much to worry about here. This quicksand, if you get into it, it'll take you at least a couple jumps to be able to get out of it. But you can actually kind of stay near the top of it, and for the most part, not lose your speed. But it's usually still not worth trying to do any funky business with it. I actually don't know if there are any secrets that are hidden underneath any of the quicksand pits. I've never really had the courage to check any of those. But yeah, for the most part, you just kind of go basic platforming through here. I think this section will include one of the first required enemies to kill. That's kind of like a pseudo mini-boss kind of thing. But that won't be for a little bit still. Also, those birds you cannot kill by just like stomping on them once. So those, you basically just ignore those. Yeah, skip all the pokies. I don't remember what they're actually called. I just call them pokies because they're basically pokies from Super Mario World. And yeah, that thing that just jumped out of the quicksand there, that thing can poison you if it hits you, so you do want to be kind of careful for that. Because especially in the early game, when you don't have a lot of health to start with, poison can absolutely wreck you. And you can also slide through those guys to stun block through them as well. Yeah, pretty much all the small enemies you can usually, like, slide kick through to be safe. Oh god, I need to be careful. Yeah, if I get this low in health, like I said, this is... Yep, perfect. That's when I start kind of hitting blocks to see if I can get some random health. Which in that case, I did. Get another checkpoint. Now we do something that is anathema to most platformers. We go left. Yeah, generally it is okay to kind of hold off on a dash for a little bit if it lets you dash through an enemy without taking damage. Here you can actually just kind of do the double jump to get out of the quicksand pit, and you can skip having to go through that little platform section entirely. Makes it so much faster and simpler. Oh god. I will say, there are some enemies that when you slide through them, you do take some damage. I don't really fully know the reason why some enemies do that and some don't. But this is something to kind of keep an eye on as you get to like the later stages of the game. Yeah, otherwise we keep speeding. Oh, dang it. I tried to correcting it on the platform, but I missed it. Yeah, you always want to be careful when platforming in here, because just a little slight miscalculation can make you lose a lot of time. And for whatever reason, I feel like it always happens when you're like just about to hit the next checkpoint. Because every death in this game, especially at sections like that, is going to cost you a good minute at a time. So, yeah, the key, especially if you're just starting speedrunning this, the biggest thing you can do to get a good time is just to not die. Be careful, be extra cautious if you need to, just don't die. I'm actually fairly confident that the first no deaths run will either be like an easy sub 220 or maybe even a sub 215. Because I haven't had any runs that have been even close to a deathless run yet, and I'm definitely eager to see what they actually look like as far as the final time goes. Dang it. And yeah, for the most part, just doing basic contact damage with an enemy will do a lot less damage than when they actually attack you with something, like that bird did with its beak. I think just basic contact with it would only do like half a heart, but since the beak attacked us, it did a full heart. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes you just can't make the cycles, so you just have to kind of just admit defeat, basically. So this is the first required enemy. My method is basically just do a whole bunch of like fire breaths, and also watch for the fireballs so he can shoot back to you. And we're out of magic. If you're out of magic, you can just kind of do that to the guy. Also, it just occurs to me, it's at the start of this level that you would spend your first two level up points, or first two levels. So you'll need three level ups in order to get these. Your first strength up will cost 1 level up point, and your second one will cost 2. Now, just imagine I did this at the start of the stage, because that's what I should have done. But yeah, since I'm not like letting myself go in kind of like automated mode, I'm kind of missing out the things I do basically. But yeah, you want to have 2 level ups when you start this section. You can do some of the sections a little more easily and quickly. Yeah, there's a secret there. You don't need it, so we just skip it. And yeah, the great thing is when you bounce off of an enemy or a boulder or something like that, you actually regain your double jump as well, so you can use that to get an even further extended long jump. Yeah, the rest of these guys up here that kind of float around, you can just skip them. The only one that's required is the very first one you encounter. Then just come down through the little quicksand pit here. It's very slow. Hopefully there's like some tech that gets found in the future to make that faster. I don't know what that tech would be because I'm not good at like finding tech like that, but hopefully one day there will be people better at learning speedrunning than me. So this is our first enemy that you can reflect their grenade, insta-kill them, and they give you 25 experience per kill, which is by far more experience than any other enemy you'll get at this point in the game. So you pretty much always want to try to get the reflect in on them. I'm amazed I didn't get hit by that. But yeah, if you see the green military guys, always reflect their grenades. Now, the downside is, if you get hit by the grenade, it does do 3 hearts of damage, which, while that would technically one-shot you, one of the quote-unquote hidden mechanics of this game is that if you're at full health, you will never die from a single attack. Even if something does, like, say, 15 hearts of damage, and you only have 3 hearts total, you will still survive that with half a heart left, as long as you're at full health when you get hit by it. Yeah, anytime you get into an auto-scroller section like this, you basically kind of always want to focus on the enemy kills, because it's literally just free experience at that point. There's no reason not to. Another reflect. Yeah, if nothing else, you will learn the range of your sword by those grenade guys. There's always sometimes where you think you could have sworn your sword struck the grenade and was able to get the kill, but then it just doesn't. So yeah, that's kind of a good accidental way to learn what the range of your sword is. Yeah, it'll eventually give you this little thing as well. I think once you get like your 6th level is I think when this pops up, you just want to button mash this as soon as you see it. It's just reminding you that, hey, you have skill points, you should be spending them. And unfortunately, it doesn't recognize the fact that we have already spent our skill points, which is the annoying thing. This guy I don't think is really worth it to try to kill. You could try, but it's not really worth it in my opinion. You don't really quite get enough time without having to use like your magic. I mean, if you want to try to kill with magic, be my guest. Because honestly, we really don't use magic for too much in this run. Oh, but there's our XP bubble. Oh, there's 2 of them. So yeah, XP bubbles like that can drop randomly off of any small enemy. And they have a range of, I think it's like 30 to 120 XP, usually within like grades of like 15 or 25, somewhere around there. Also, in this section, the wind is pushing you back even when you're standing. If you duck, you basically hold yourself to your position so you can avoid the wind effect. So now, oh, and there's our first effect of poison. So now our health will be slowly ticking down. Fortunately, we're at the end of the stage, so we can just forget poison even exists. So yeah, just as one more reminder, when you start the stage, put 2 level ups into attack power. Yeah, poison, you don't want to get poisoned. It's not a fun effect. But yeah, that'll be it for that stage, and I will see you again in the next video for the first proper dungeon. See you soon. And now we are back on the next video, where we're going to our first dungeon of the run. Yeah, you know what? King cute. How do you like that? Alright, so we go into the Kavari Temple. It's too bad they don't have like a Thanos snap animation of that emote. Aw, the cutie's leaving. Enjoy being cute elsewhere. Yeah, you want to just kind of clump here as fast as you can. You need to hit the switch. Get ready for the door here. Yeah, just like that. Then we start zooming in again. Yeah, the red snakes are not worth killing because they have a little bit too much health to really make the pogoing, as I like to call it, viable. Pogoing where you just literally do the downstab to an enemy constantly. Okay, there's a couple ways you can take care of these guys. You can, like, pogo these guys, or you can use the fire attack on them. I'm still not really fully sure how, like, the best way to do this is. If you do this, you can actually kind of stun lock them in position. You can just kill that one super quickly that way. Now, you want to try to... Actually, you know what? I've never actually figured out which route is faster from here. I want to figure out which route is faster. Okay, so let's restart the timer. We're going to do some science on this video. So we're going to start timer here. See how long it takes for us to get to the other side here. You want to attack this a couple times so you can break through. Do a little slide. And yeah, most of the floor patterns you see inside this area, you want to avoid them like the plague, because most of them are basically trap tiles. That one will open up a ladder to a chest up above, but it just gives money, which we really don't need for the most part, so we just skip that. Okay, then we get a checkpoint. Ow. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to make this section, like, super fast. There's all sorts of, like, falling stuff that will do damage to you and knock you back and out of the air. It's kind of unfortunate. Also, that Scorpion's tail will poison you if you get hit by it. So you want to be careful about that. And then come down here. Okay, so this is where that section would end. So that's about a minute or so. So when we finish up this stage, we'll come back through again to see how long it takes to go through the other path. Because I would assume that path is faster since you do have to be kind of like quick thinking to make it. But we'll find out momentarily. For now, we'll just go through the rest of the stage. Now this section is kind of awkward. You have to make sure you can make this jump, which you can't from all the way down there. Yeah, and especially when the ceiling there kind of comes down, you really can't do a proper dash. So you have to kind of wait for the cycle more often than not. Unfortunately, not all cycles can be skipped in this game. There's going to be a couple more that are like that, as you see later on. Ow. Yeah, being able to get those reflected grenade attacks from those guys is just so freaking satisfying. It's like one of my favorite little things about the speedrun, and just the game in general. Yeah, you kind of want to skip the green ones. Their breath will cause you poison if you stay inside the area for too long. Then we got another little arena section. This will be largely the same as before, with like maybe one new enemy type. I think one of the mummies here, and then one of the green mummies pops up too. And then thankfully, oh god. Yeah, thankfully, I guess we could. Okay, yeah, pogoing I think probably better for that one. I forgot what I was gonna say now. But yeah, fire breath on the poison one, or on adding to the mummies, honestly, is a really good thing to have. Because it gets to them so quickly and then mostly stun locks them. Although apparently it does not stop the poison breath attack once it starts. So that's good to know. That's actually a big money. We will stop to take that. Just to make sure we have enough money in case like shenanigans happen and we die for whatever reasons. And that's why it's always good to get like just random enemy kills here and there, because sometimes you get a free level up and it's like, oh hey, cool. Especially when it gives you a very sorely needed health recovery too. That's when it's at its best. So this is a little bit of a speedrun section here. The way to get through this and get all like the good stuff you need is slide in. Once that switch is hit, jump up to get those. Dash through everything here. Yeah, that's one of the enemies that you do take a little bit of damage from when you slide, but it's not as much as you would take normally. You can kind of skip the yellow ones down there. They're not really worth as much money, but you can get the blue coins for the most part. Checkpoint, and now we have our first boss that we'll be fighting in this run. This one is relatively simple. He'll basically hop around a little bit, occasionally breathe fire at you, and sometimes he'll throw his tail at you or charge you. I'll try to show you how to deal with each particular one. As a general rule, when you're doing this in the speedrun, the basic rule is to, if you want to avoid the major damage, you want to actually run into the enemy, or into the boss, before you, like just before he breathes his fire attack, because contact only does half a heart, fire breath does a full heart. So usually the first thing you want to do is you want to wait for him to do his first couple hops. You want to start kind of attacking him here. Okay, if he starts running up for a fireball, you run into him, take the damage, use the iframes to be able to skip the fire attack. Yeah, because I did not skip the fire attack that time. I took a full heart from that. And then when he gets in the center of the room, you want to be as far away as possible because he will do a yell stun attack. More fire attacks. Okay, there's a stun attack. With the stun attack, you basically have to kind of button mash to get yourself out of that position. And there's a health upgrade here if you need to heal real quick. You'll have that little charge attack as well. There's no point in trying to attack him during that. So you're basically kind of back to the cycle now. Trying to get hit before he goes up with his fireball. Then you want to dash as he starts moving to avoid the additional damage. Oh god. Yeah, when he starts flashing red like that, he's about to throw his tail at you. The tail can cause poison, so you want to be careful of that. Yeah, if he starts shaking like that, just generally, he's about to do his roar attack. Oh, and there's the poison I was talking about. But we also died, so it didn't really matter. Alright, so now that I think I've gone over all the basics of that fight, let's just do it in a proper speedrun fashion and see how well I do. Yeah, because again, one of the other drawbacks to dying in addition to losing time is also just the fact that you lose money and experience. Yeah, pro tip for YouTube, don't die. It's bad for you, Flame, and your health. Yeah, you kind of want to bait the scorpion tail attack. That kind of goes above you instead of to you. Oh god, this is not good. Yeah, sometimes he likes to troll you. He's got to kind of be able to respond to it appropriately. Oh, I gotta get the thing now. I don't want to risk dying again. Not the way I want to do that, but it kind of worked. He's stunning. There we go. And that is how you beat the Mana Core. Then we get our free level up here. Perhaps in a future life, we shall become friends. They did. Then you come in here, you pick up this relic, do a bunch of tech skips. And also, one important thing as well, part of the things that we do to make the run faster is that once you beat the game for the first time, you'll get a couple special options. You want to activate skip all cutscenes. This would let you actually skip all like the quote-unquote slow parts of the speedrun and just let you kind of button mash through like a single text block at the end of each stage. So that part is kind of the most important thing right there. Yes, play as Nobody, which is a secret character in which you deal double damage with all your attacks, but you also take double damage from all attacks. And yeah, Nobody is basically one of the people who I think supported this game and was on Kickstarter or Patreon, I forget which one of the two. But yeah, so yeah, the game I think did have a Kickstarter. I think this person probably, actually don't even know what this game was Kickstarter, honestly. This person did a lot to support the game as it was being made, so they have a little special mode for themselves. But yeah, we're not doing that yet because we haven't made the category yet. I do want to eventually, but for now, we're not doing that mode. But yeah, so since I do want to see what the other path is like speed-wise, we'll enter here again. We'll go down that other path. Now, I might be a little bit slower at it just because I haven't seen that path literally since my very first playthrough back in November. So we may have to account for a little bit of that. But yeah, I do want to see what the time difference is between those two paths. If it turns out that path is better for some reason, like maybe easier monsters or just faster time, stuff like that, I might even change the route around and go that way instead. I'm not expecting anything big, but you never know. Oh yeah, I always get caught in that ledge there. Okay, unfortunately I did not pick up any... Okay, I do have magic. Nice. There's a surprisingly high likelihood of getting a magic recovery here, so it's actually probably worth trying to go for that. Okay, so get rid of you just to make sure we're good. Alright, so from here, so remember, we have a little under a minute for doing this section normally. If we just fell through the spot like this... Oh, this is an interesting looking section. Okay, we would have a grenade guy. That's good to know. Oh, we have a squishing section. Okay, it is possible we could make that in one cycle. And then there's a checkpoint there. Oh my god, he yeeted that thing. Oh my god, I got so lucky that the enemy kill happened when it did. Because I should have died. Okay, so it's only marginally slower. I mean, I guess if you make it through the cycle... Can we go back? I want to see... Oh, we can't go back. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if it's possible to basically skip the entire cycle on the Squisher. But I don't actually know. Because if you can skip it, that route would probably be faster. I might need to experiment with that at some point in the future. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and finish up this section. Because that will be it for this stage of the video. So tune in for the next video to find out how to get through the next bit of the speedrun. See you soon. And welcome into the next part of the video. So, after we get to this point, after you beat the desert dungeon, you want to go to your fast travel, head up to the place where you learned the downstab ability, and then from here you want to head straight north. Now is when we're going to use the key that we found inside the, I think it was the Kavari Pass, to open up access to a certain tower and get some bombs. I'm going to go right in here. Once you get to the door, you got to press up to open it. And then there's going to be a kind of unique enemy coming up here. You just skip him entirely. He is not worth your time. And also, if he actually hits you with his attack, he will steal your money, which you do not want to have happen. So you just jump and move right past him, treat him like he doesn't exist. And we just head over this way. Do the same thing again. He's still not worth it. Okay, I like to get rid of that guy because he seems kind of annoying. This guy, if he hits you with his sword, he does like 2 hearts of damage. You want to avoid damage as much as possible. Now, when he does this downstab attack, you can actually slow him down by attacking him. So that's kind of a good way to be able to get some free attacks in. You just have to do that when we get the key. Now we have our bombs, which will let us access the cave to free the blacksmith wife. So from here, you start heading southwest. While still avoiding random encounters. Yeah, random encounters aren't the worst thing, but they're definitely annoying too. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, case in point. Yeah, like I said, they're nice and simple though. Welcome in, Kyofu, and thank you for the lurk. So you come up here, you press the whatever button you have set to this action right here, blow up the cave, and you enter. Now, this section will have one little platform traversal area that you cannot, at all, despite all my attempts to do so, skip with an extended long jump. So once that section comes, I will show you properly what it is. I've always found it's quicker to just use this path up here to get down to the ladder. Down over here. Okay, so this section right here, you cannot skip this with an extended long jump. And even if you could, there's this little upward moving platform right here that would completely kind of cock block you to begin with. So wait for that to come down. Come out through this way. If you want to take those guys out, you can for simplicity, or you can just dash through them. Either one kind of works. Then we have another fight with the same skeleton that we fought inside the tower. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, some well-timed dodges will help save you from a lot of... Why are you not doing your jump attack? There we go. Then we button mash through her. And then while you're here, you want to pick up as much money as you can. Because we want to make sure we have at least a minimum amount to upgrade our boomerang when we first get through that. And I'll show you how to get the boomerang in this section as well. Come by through here. Okay, thankfully we made that cycle. Things are going at a decent pace. Yeah, pretty much any of the little crystalline things you find on the floor, like with these green ones over here, you want to get those to get some extra money. You don't have to get necessarily every single one, but just the more you can get, the better. And then once you exit the cave, you can go ahead and fast travel back up to the town, straight north. We'll enter the village. And now this time you do want to stop inside the item shop, the one with the little potions on it here. You will get a little bit of a text discussion with the owner here, who is, I think Ruffy Yoshi is their name, another one of the people who supported the game early. You want to come all the way to the right here and buy the boomerangs. You'll see why this is useful at a later fight, and in some later sections as well for the sake of, like, safety. So after you grab that, you come by over here, talk to the blacksmith, go through all his little text things. You'll get experience and a bomb capacity increase, which is nice. Then you want to talk to him again, and you want to upgrade almost everything of the boomerang. You upgrade all these three and you want to get this upper upgrade, this bottom one here you do not need. This picks up items, and this doesn't really have any like actual function in the speedrun. So you want to pick up the extra boomerang pouch, the increased damage, the piercing ability, which is probably the most important thing in this, honestly. So this way you can, when you throw the boomerang and it hits an enemy, it can still continue on its attack and come back. And then the most important thing is the pass through solids. So this way, even stuff like a wall or the ground will not stop the boomerang either. As long as you can pick the boomerang back up when it comes back to you, your boomerangs are infinite. So if I do an example, so there is a little bit of kind of like a pseudo wheel feature. I don't know what the proper name for it is. To show you what the boomerang is, by the time you go to the upgrades, you'll be at 9 boomerangs. When you throw a boomerang, it'll come shoot out and then come back in. As long as you recollect it, you'll get the ammo back. So you can basically have infinite ammo if you do it this way. If you happen to miss it, then it's gone until you find a replenishment drop from either an enemy or from one of the sand blocks. And then yeah, once you get the blacksmith done and once you get the blacksmith quest turned in, you get your boomerangs upgraded, then you just leave town by going to the left. Then you head right toward the little checker flag up there toward the next main objective. And not in the random encounter. Damn it. Oh god. Alright, so we come up in here. We'll enter here. This section, I believe, is fairly straightforward. Platform there, you can do extended long jumps to make it through. You might need to adjust a little bit on that third platform because it can be kind of awkward. This section, you cannot go all the way through and survive. You have to stop in the middle because it is just too long to make in one trip. I'm hoping one day we find some kind of speed tech that makes it possible to skip all that. I should probably try to get some health. Okay, no health. Actually, you know what? It's not worth the full level on its own, but it gets us... well, so much for that. I didn't dash in time. Yeah, you pretty much always want to stay on your toes when speedrunning this game, because literally anything can happen at any moment. It kind of cause like shenanigans in your run. There we go. And yeah, if you get caught in the spikes and the squish like that, you just straight up die. Your health doesn't matter. Your full health, free one hit free status doesn't matter. You just straight up die, and it is a time loss, so I advise against that. Yeah, generally, anytime you can get a quick, easy kill for free experience, I always try to go for it. Especially if it's just literally on the way. Then you press up to activate this little trident key. Over through here, and you'll get your first elemental orb. Orb. Match with the text. Then you get the little text box here. So normally I would end the video here because this is one of my splits I have in the speedrun, but this section is pretty small, so I'm actually going to combine this with the next segment right here. So after you pick up the element or thunder elemental, you fast travel back to the tower right here where we got the bombs. You'll head east, and then once you get up to this little yellow laser here, you want to basically activate it so you can disable it. Then you come up here through the little forest area. Reflect more grenades to get some more free XP. Yeah, those guys will become relatively common in this particular section, so you can get a lot of free XP out of these guys. And yeah, the red gunners you will learn to hate. They are so freaking annoying. And they're both going to be sometimes somehow impossibly hard to dodge. Yeah, sometimes you can actually get kind of lucky, and the guard will face the other direction by the time you jump over him, so he'll never even notice you're there, and he'll never attack as a result. Yeah, that enemy, I feel it is worth to stop for a second and try to get some free experience, just because it's so much easier to get. But it's such easy experience, you may as well. Now, once we get to the point where literally seconds of time are only saved on world record runs, maybe then I'll stop picking that up, but in the meantime, I'm picking up 3 XP. So yeah, you just follow the path north to the city of Alto. Yeah, if you head straight north, it's a little bit faster that way. You'll jump to enter, you'll get a little breath thing. If you dash and hold right while in the middle of the animation there, you can actually kind of start above the bridge. So you can save like a second or so. I'll go through here. Yeah, you do have to manually move through that little sewer section. You have to go enough right until you see the downward sewer pipe. Then you have to hold down to get under the sewer pipe. So that section is manual. Alright, now we get to the actual stage. Yeah, I hope you like grenade guys, because there'll be plenty of them in a lot of these segments. Okay, I didn't mean to go all the way up there, but it kind of worked. Yeah, those guys I'm not always interested in trying to get the experience for, because they can be kind of annoying with the way they're positioned. Then we get to one of my, kind of like I guess my chillest favorite themes of the game. I just love the vibe of this tune. Especially the opening bass line. I feel like there's not enough like video game tracks that kind of focus on the bass lines for their stuff. Oh. Always get the checkpoint. If you dash through here constantly, you can just get those electrical beams outright. It's just another thing of can't stop, won't stop. Now, you want to enter this pipe down here. This will lead you to something very important. You want to pick up the key. You can skip the items down there. Those are basic current health and magic recovery. As you can see, we don't need those right now. If you're in a spot in the run where you need them, like you're at like half a heart, feel free to grab them. But otherwise, they're not really required for anything. Sure, we'll grab that. Why not? Okay, then we head left to this door. I always forget to go left here. Jump over this guy and just keep dashing. Treat him like he doesn't exist. Try to jump in between the second and third bullet, so that way you can kind of dash through the third one and take no damage. And as long as you get him off the screen, he'll no longer chase you. Also, that spider will always hit you when you go to that section. I need to figure out how to avoid getting hit there, because getting hit just in general is annoying. 3 XP. I would grab the bomb, but we haven't actually used any of those yet. Also, these guys are annoying. You don't have to kill them like that, but their bullets do 2 hearts of damage. You want to be especially careful around them. So this screen will teach you a little mechanic of once you trigger an alarm, it'll set off basically... I'm just realizing something. So when you trigger this, it'll, within like a second or two, it'll set off an electric surge and it'll basically massively damage anything that's in the water, including enemies and including you. However, you can use your iframes. Okay, if you time it correctly, you can use your iframes from your dash to basically avoid the damage outright. There I did not make it because I actually didn't recognize what kind of timing I needed. There, just like that. As long as you dash at the right time, you can entirely avoid the damage from that, so you don't even need to stop for those. So you come in here, open up this chest. And yeah, we needed the key in order to get access to this, so that's why this is important. The gun will be very useful for a couple of boss fights later on. But yeah, so after you get through this section, you wanted to go up here to be able to get the gun. I kind of glossed over that when I first went in there, so my apologies for that. I was kind of a little too much focused on trying to figure out how the light timing works. But yeah, in some cases, you do have the ability to just completely skip through these like they don't exist, which is nice. Oh, I didn't time it right. Yeah, it's probably like maybe a second to a second and a half before you want to actually activate the dash to avoid the damage. Yeah, it should be good. We've got some extra XP from both the XP bubbles and doing that other stage again, so... Oh, wait, you can actually see in the little electrical bars there. So yeah, just as soon as they're about to empty is when you want to do the dash then to avoid the massive damage. Yeah, the funny thing is I only just now realized the idea of just letting them all trigger and dashing out of the way, because I only considered that for like the very last one. I don't know why I didn't consider that for the other ones before. That'll save me a good couple seconds on the next runs. Yeah, those exploding bombs right there, those are almost insta-kills. I think with the amount of damage they do, you just want to be very careful when moving around those. Because they have a pretty big explosion radius, too. Honestly, pretty much all the explosions in this game have a surprising radius. Yeah, you actually kind of want to wait for the electrical cycle there, because it is very unforgiving otherwise. And you usually get enough time to take care of that grenade guy as well. So if you get 3 straight dashes there, you can get in just enough time to get their grenade to knock back into the guy's body. Yeah, anything you do to avoid bullet damage in this area is generally well recommended, because they do, like I said, a lot of your health. Yeah, for the most part, you just kind of run past these guys without really too much of an issue. So this guy, I do like to wait for a second grenade to take him out, because he will, in fact, troll you if you let him. You need to kind of carefully navigate through this section. One thing you can do, if you don't mind kind of waiting around a little bit, you just plant a bomb down. It'll destroy them both in one hit. The bombs do a lot of damage to humans. Big surprise. Yeah, you can also throw the bomb if you get in the right position otherwise. There's a few ways you can do that section. That's probably like the safest way right there. Now for one of the kind of annoying sections of the run, where this is one of the ones sections I had a lot of trouble with in my casual playthrough. You also get used to timing that without being able to see. But it's not necessary, but it's something I like to do. And so these are hard blocks, and the red guard here will not see you through these. So you can kind of move through here pretty much without any real concern. Now, kind of general rule for this entire level here is you just want to keep going and just kind of avoid bullets whenever you can. Oh. Ah, dang it. Also, at the start of this level is where you also want to do some leveling up. You want to do 1 level up of attack, and then 4 level ups of HP. Because some of the worst damaging attacks in this area will do 3 hearts of damage. This will help you get protected from at least 2 hits before shenanigans happen. And I'll just make this section a lot more survivable to begin with. Oh, yeah, stuff like that, like I mentioned, does 2 damage. If you need to get health, you can just kind of quick pick that up. It's basically an elixir that fully recovers your HP and mana. I don't know if it does item, like your item consumable stock, because I know the consumable version that does. I don't know if the pickup one does. So it could be another way to be able to recover your ammunition as well if you're low for whatever reason. Actually, okay, so I think it does replenish your ammo as well. That's actually good to know. So yeah, if you're low on health or ammo, you just pick up that little blue potion there, and you should be basically good to go. Yeah, this is the benefit of having the extra health, that you can take a couple bullets and not really have to worry about anything. So once we get to here, we want to get the boomerang ready for this upcoming boss fight. This boss fight is pretty predictable, I would say. He does attacks pretty much all in the same pattern. So usually start off with a dash or 2, maybe 3. They'll hop over here, start shooting some bullets. You can pretty much easily dodge these for the most part. Once he's doing this, you can attack him with your sword for a little bit. And then once he throws his balls, that's when you start throwing the boomerangs. That's when you get the most effectiveness out of the damaging on those. Then you start bouncing on his head and start throwing boomerangs down, and he'll still take damage even as he's in the air. Because down stab will not work because of his helmet. So now we just wait for the cycle to go through again. And sometimes you can take a little bit of bits of extra damage, so why not? There we go. Yeah, this boss was really hard to fight the first time, but once you know what the tricks are, he's actually really simple. I do also like how all the money that pops up from those crystals is collected automatically. You don't need to like manually do anything with those. Then you jump up here to the right, pick up the Orb of Wind, which will give you literally the most useful spell in the entire game. It's helpful in a couple sections, kind of, for combat, but this will save you from so many deaths once you learn how to use it correctly. In fact, I actually do recommend at this point probably spending a single level up on magic, make sure you can have a little bit extra capacity to cast those spells. So I'll go ahead and just do that now. We'll take our first level up in magic. It only costs 1 skill point, but the cost for MP level ups doesn't scale quite as fast as strength does, but it does scale pretty quickly. So you really only need like 1 level for this part of the run. And then, yeah, so now that we're at this point, we will be spawning at the train, and I'll start with the further routing once we get to the next video. We'll see you in the next video. And welcome on into the next video, where we now go into the next section of this run. So once you get through basically the train station, you first want to head east toward the little factory-looking thing by this graveyard. We'll be using this as a fast travel point later. Damn it. We'll be using this as a fast travel point later on. Yes, so many next videos. Please watch, like, and subscribe and all the good things on the YouTubes. But yeah, so you want to come up here, just enter the building, immediately leave by going to the left. And then I think it is slightly faster to fast travel to the city of Alto. I don't know, I'm still conflicted on which one is technically faster, whether just walking normally or fast traveling there. I feel like they're kind of about equal, honestly. And then grab this castle here as well. We'll be using this as fast travel as well, because we will actually be completing this dungeon, just not quite yet. Actually, I wonder. I'm going to use this chance to experiment. So in my runs, normally I come here after getting the quest for this area from the guy in the next town. I want to see if I can enter this section early. Oh wait, no, we can't. He gives us the key to enter. Okay, never mind. We do have to go to town first. It's amazing how much basic stuff you forget about the general game when you speedrun for a while. So yeah, we pick that up just as a fast travel point for now. Come across the bridges, follow the road, take our own little shortcuts, because the road is sometimes second slow. Here, then we enter the forest. So this forest will lead you to 2 separate areas, one of which is going to be the town that we're going toward. When you get to a certain split in the road, you want to head east and or right. So instead of taking this ladder here, you just keep going to the right, treat that thing like it doesn't exist. Then also doing a down stab on an enemy also counts as jumping on them, so you regain your double jump from that as well. You want to come over this way. Actually, you want to hold off on talking to the blacksmith until after you get the quest turned in. So you want to enter this house here with all the swords on either side. Then you want to talk to this lichen right here. He will give you the quest for the upstab ability. So he wants the key there. Thankfully, so for some reason, if he's in front of that door, you cannot go through the door. So usually he trolls me and stands in front of the door for like a full second, so it's slow. But yeah, after you pick that up, you head west out of there. Fast travel back to the tower we just got. Enter here. You want to have your bombs ready for the upcoming mini boss fight. You can just kind of ignore that guy. He has absolutely no purpose for anything. Ow. Also, I do kind of recommend skipping most of those guys, because there's just so much stuff going on, you can easily die. And in this case, we do need some health. I'm going to try... Nope. No health for us. Now, the grenade guys with the shield are worth a little bit more experience, but we didn't get a level up there. So what you want to do for this fight, I'll get into a little bit before that fight actually starts. When the fight begins, you want to throw 3 bombs basically immediately. You want to head right a little bit, maybe about half a second or so, then start throwing 3 bombs. And you also want to start reflecting the grenades that he starts throwing toward you as well. Oh. Dang it. Yeah, I probably should have done proper healing beforehand. That was on me. Because the thing is, I don't think we get those bombs back. Yeah, we don't get those back. Let's see if we can maybe farm some back for the sake of explaining how it's supposed to work. Perfect. Okay, we didn't get all of our bombs back, but we only technically need 5 at most. So that kind of works out. So we'll try that again. And yeah, knocking all the grenades back does make this section a lot faster, so it is something you will have to get used to. And it does get a little kind of hard to read sometimes. Oh, dang it. Oh, God. Okay, that was not how I wanted that to go. So from here, you can kind of swap back to gun as a backup, but it does so little damage. And honestly, like, yeah. Yeah, this boss really sucks if you don't get the bomb strat the first time. So, yeah. Okay, we still got 3 of our bombs back, which is nice. Can I just leave and re-enter and possibly spawn more things? Okay, theoretically I can. Mainly just doing this so I can kind of show off properly how this strat is supposed to work. I don't know what the drop rates are for any given item or money value, whatever. Got some ammunition. 12 handgun bullets. Yeah, once you upgrade the handgun, those ammo clips will actually fully restore your ammo, which is nice. But for now, that's not what we need. And yeah, if you get like right in between 2 blocks, you can actually just kind of jump into both of them at the same time. Save a little bit of time to try and like farm stuff. We don't need the boomerangs, but sure. Come on, I just need the bomb so I can show the strat off properly. Honestly, I might just cut... Okay, here we go. So now we have our bombs back. Let's try the strat one more time. And I'll try not to muck it up. Yes. Oh, actually. Okay, that's actually a good fast strat. If you can get all the grenades, you can fire off just a single bullet at the end. Oh, that's actually really good to know. Okay. So yeah, if you get all the grenades knocked back and all 3 of your first bombs hit, just a single bullet is all you need to finish them off. Otherwise, if you miss a bomb, you can just get it on the way back out. When he comes at you, just firing the bullets otherwise. Yeah, it takes 4 or 5 bombs, depending on, well, 3 to 5 bombs, depending on how well you knock their grenades back. So after that, you teleport back to the town you just came from, and then now is when we can start upgrading our things. Since we should have a little bit extra money from that little segment if we hadn't died so often. So you'll get the ammo pouch, ammo engraving, which will make pistol ammo more likely to be dropped from enemies. Not the most important thing, but it's also a requirement for some of the other ones. More ammo, and now we get to the good ones. Now we get the extra power, which will be very useful for upcoming bosses. This one is not required. It's a little extra ammo is nice, but if you don't have the money for it, it's not that big a deal. The main thing we want is a power increase here. In order to get to these, you need to get all these previous upgrades as well. And that is all we need for upgrades from the blacksmith. We can basically forget he exists for the rest of the game. Come by here, report our success. And now we can upstab, which is literally the same as downstab, but it doesn't do the double damage. So we just go hold up and attack, and we get to poke our sword up in the air. So once we leave town, just walk down to the forest entrance again. Then this time we will be going down through the ladder that we saw earlier. I did that too early. So when we go down here, you just head right. And at this point, I would recommend getting the wind spell activated, which was going to be the green tome. Because in this section will be the first time you are hard required to use it. So we cannot make this otherwise. The wind spell just yeets you upward as long as you're in the air to start with. I think if you're on the ground, also you can get some free money up there if you want to, but it's really not required. I think if you activate that when on the ground, and then you jump while the animation is still going on, I think you still get the vertical movement part of it. But it's not something I've done like really extensive testing on, so I don't know that for an absolute fact. Yeah, it seems like it's a little funky when trying to do that as well. Now from here, you just go to the one section you can go to, the slow spot here. We go to the Skybound Palace. A lot of eerie silence. And then when you get to these teleporters, you want to try to get as close to the center of them as possible when you press up, so you can avoid the walking animation of him going to the center. It's not like a big time loss, but it's enough of a time loss to be noticeable. So I try to make sure I get that as best as I can. There goes through some platforming here. If you miss that little thing right there, you can just use the wind spell to get up instead. And if you're fast enough, you can get this on the first cycle, which is always nice. Wind spell to get back up there faster. Now this section is a little bit awkward because the wind gust will help kind of bring you back upward. Yeah, kind of like that. I didn't need to use the wind spell there, but I kind of panicked, so I did. But yeah, the wind thing will actually lift you up on its own without any further input from your end. Which makes this section a little more awkward because you're trying to kind of not get brought upward half the time. Can I get health? I think we're going to checkpoint in. I'll take bombs. I think we do get some free bomb pickups at some point soon anyway. But I'll take those just because they're guaranteed. Dang it. That did not go the way I wanted it to. Alright. So there is a secret area down there. It doesn't actually do anything like functional for the speedrun, so we just skip it. And now we're on fire. That's great. Yeah, and being in fire or on fire in this section is the worst because these guys can also do just a lot of damage. Oh, we didn't get a level up off him either. You know what? This is one of those times where I would fully advise taking a safety level up, doing this to recover your health, so you're not really worried about dying. Because there is definitely a decent leeway for an occasional level up like that here and there. Now, once the health starts costing more than one level up point, that's where it starts getting a little dicey about when you want to do that. But early on, if it's only like the first one, you can easily do that. Oh, I knew that was going to hit me. I couldn't respond in time. Oh, God. Fun enough, that guy actually will chase you into the water. And if you give him the chance, he will reach you, so don't give him that chance. Yeah, anytime you have like a big falling section like this, you want to try to kind of jump into the pit, because there is a little bit of a kind of acceleration time for when you first walk off the ledge, and you can kind of skip that by jumping ahead of time. It saves like a fraction of a second, but yeah, when you're speedrunning, every second counts. Oh god. Yeah, these guys are always awkward because they basically function like thwomps from Mario, and their timing and their trigger points are inconsistent, I feel. Maybe that's just me having skill issues, but that's just kind of how it seems to me. Yeah, this section can be challenging to get through and survive because these things, again, do a decent amount of damage. And if you do go in the wrong section, you will fall into the pit and die. I love how you can actually just use the wind to just jump over that bomb entirely and not have to worry about it. Another one of my favorite little things. That damage is fine. I think we should have a checkpoint soon-ish. Also, if those things actually do land on you by thwomping on you, they do like 3 hearts of damage. So you absolutely want to be careful with those. Yeah, I do recommend getting the health up there if you need it, because there is still some combat section you have to go through. Oh, hey, level up. Let's go. And I think we should have a save point right about here. Okay, so this will end this segment, which then spits you off into the general mechas area. Also, if you're holding right, and I think if you dash when the screen transitions to the screen, there's actually some hidden money up here you can get. It doesn't do anything, it's just a fun little thing I kind of learned when speedrunning this. Alright, so this section is basically one big auto-scroller. You're kind of just trying to go through here as safely as you can. Well, by not doing silly things like that. Do not tempt fate. Oh, okay, so you can technically... Yeah, because it's an auto-scroller, I usually try to get some... Yep, and there's the poison. Yeah, I try to get some free kills if I can. That time I kind of failed because I didn't time it correctly. But yeah, if you get him to throw the poison far enough away, you can just, like, uninhibitedly just upstab them to death. You can kind of do the same for these guys, but you need to be a little more speedy about it, I'd say. Also, yeah, the rocket launchers will murder you if you're not careful. Kind of like that. Oh, we have so little experience, too. Literally any damage we take would be the end of us. Okay, we survived that. Ah, dang it. Yeah, trying to align against those guys is kind of hard when they move around. Yeah, thankfully at this point we don't really care about the money so much, and since we only had like a little bit of XP, we're kind of fine with that. It's mainly the time loss that comes from with deaths from here, which is why I want to be extra careful. Because this is, I'm pretty sure, the longest auto-scroll in the entire game. Okay. Technically, you can actually get in before he has a chance to recognize you. You can start attacking him from there, but otherwise, yeah, you're kind of better off just forgetting he exists entirely. I usually recommend just going as fast as you can to get under him before he can recognize you. That's usually the simplest way. Hey, got him. Remember, kids, a Durga day keeps the villain away. Truer words have never been spoken. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, this guy I generally don't find worth trying to kill because the fact you really can't do like the pogo, and his attack function is just kind of awkward. If you want to go for him, you can. This guy is better because he doesn't move around, so it's a pretty simple thing for him. Just attack him a few times between the bullet shots. Thank you. I think this is another section where I've been lately like spending up another point on attack so I can make some of these sections a little bit faster. I think I might just do that here as well since we're here. We have enough level up points. Yeah, and a cat a day means about 2 gallons of ketchup per hour. That's not how much you're getting. That's how much is being consumed. So keep an eye on your ketchup counts when there's a cat around. Also, fun fact: in these auto scrollers, even if you fall off the screen, you will not die. You just land on whatever platform is down below you until the camera catches up with you. Now, in the original release of the game, doing that would actually kill you. But then, I forget if somebody made like a comment on it in like the Steam discussion page, or if the dev just realized it himself that was kind of a stupid thing, and they make it so you can just survive at the bottom until the camera gets back to you. And I think this is the longest section right here, where you can just be off screen and have no consequences. Hello, friend. None of the consequence and all the ketchup. I mean, if you're the cat who's consuming the ketchup, then there's no consequences. But if you're the one who has to provide the ketchup, then, yeah, you're gonna have some expenses on your hands. Yeah, let's pick up some ammo. Why not? Unfortunately, this guy is just plain not killable because of his helmet. And thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me and kind of watching me as I do my best to make a guide, which I've literally never done anything like this before. So hopefully I'm doing at least like halfway decent, like explaining the things and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I will actually pause so I can do that safely. Ah! Thank you for the hydrate. Welcome on in, Eastmids. How you doing tonight? Also, you can reflect these rockets right here. They do absolutely nothing, which makes me really sad. I was hoping they could like destroy the rocket launchers, but no, they just make a cool looking explosion. That's it. Look at all them boops. Doing good. How am I doing? I do have a bit of a headache right now, which is kind of annoying, and the Advil I took is apparently not helping. But otherwise, I'm still having a good heckin' time kind of making this guide and kind of hanging out with all the good beans out there. Yeah, in case you missed the announcement earlier, I'm actually making a basically speedrun guide for how to run this entire game. Kind of going just like one stage at a time, kind of going through my motions, explaining some of the special things I'm doing. Also here, as soon as you see the door, you can press up to enter through it. You don't have to wait for the auto scroll to finish. And I think here we're at one of the bosses, right? Okay, so now that we're at the boss here, we want to get the bombs ready again. We'll be using these immediately. Go through all these. So you want to throw 2 bombs to the pillar on the. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. I just do the one on the left first. Throw 2 there. Throw 1 here. Duck to dodge most of the bullets. Now, when this guy starts throwing cannonballs, you want to reflect 1 back, and that'll take care of those 2 immediately. Then you want to fire bullets up at this guy. You can get about 2 in per cycle. And this is where all the damage upgrades come in for the most part. And you do want to try to avoid the bombs because they can still get you with their hitbox. Which, it's kind of unfortunate and inconsistent. Yeah, stuff like that. Then yeah, at this point, you just keep firing bullets at him. Eventually, you'll take him out with basically all of your ammunition. That is the speed trap for that boss. Throw bombs to the left and right, reflect a cannonball on the last one, and then just kind of bullet wherever you can. I return those hugs with voice hugs. Hug. Then we get to this little bit right here where literally all we have to do is move right a little bit and press up to progress the game further. I don't know if dashing for this part is any faster or not. I just do that because it kind of feels faster. The power of cold, which is not very helpful, unfortunately. Even in like the vanilla game, it's not that useful. Actually, no, it is good for one of the sub-bosses later on. So yeah, once we get that, we unlock the Father's Fury, which is really what it's called. So this ability is what we can use to basically become invincible for a certain amount of time and be able to just fly around the screen freely. I'm sure there's probably some sections I could use this to make things like a little bit faster or more consistent, but I haven't really focused on getting that part of the run figured out yet. Mostly I've just been using these as ways to either just make certain boss fights safer or to try to get some like free damage in without having to care about like dodging projectiles or anything like that. And that. So yeah, so we use this a couple well, I'm trying to use it more often in the run. There's a couple points where I do it kind of fairly regularly. Although one of them I'm not fully sure if it's actually that helpful or not, because when well, I'll get to that point when we get to that part of the run, which is literally like the final fight of the run. But yeah, so you get all these little things here. This is all the purple gems we've been collecting. Alright, so once you get all those things set up, that is going to be the end of basically this section. And then I will see you in the next video for the next segment. So I'll see you in the next video. Alright, and now we are in the next video. And with that, I shall show you how to proceed from this section. So now that we've gone through here, we want to fast travel back up to the train graveyard that we were at earlier. This little section up here. And we come down around and start heading west. We're going to be passing the train that we came from earlier. We're going to be entering this little cave up over here. We got kind of like a bunch of mini levels we're going to be doing. Yeah, try to avoid damage. I guess it's not really that important when we have this much health, but still. I always forget you can actually like technically jump off these spiders and do so safely. Oh, I didn't actually need that. For some reason I thought that was ammunition because I saw it was like 1 bullet. But yeah, so general rule that I would always give, unless you specifically need a weapon, keep the wind spell available, because it's good for a lot of like run-saving maneuvers. And in that section, it's also good for speed. You can kind of skip like a very tiny portion of it. Ah, dang it. And yeah, one important thing to know about at least the wind spell in particular, is that once you use the wind spell, you do not get the usage of it back until you touch the ground. That's one of the things where, like, getting hit by an enemy, taking damage, stuff like that, will not reset it. Only touching the ground will. Although, I think, actually, no, getting hit... Okay, there's something that doesn't allow it to refresh, but I forget what that is. So I know it's something relatively important. That was not the movement I expected to do there, but it worked out beautifully. But yeah, there is something that will not let you actually, like, replenish that usage. Also, that one will trap you. You have to wait for the second bomb if you want to take him out with that, because the first one will just explode on the thing. That grenade will take out both enemies, which is one of my favorite things to do. And it's so much free experience. But yeah, so I think getting hit by an enemy does actually replenish your, replenish your magic usage. I think it's pogoing or jumping off an enemy that doesn't replenish it like it does with the brain fart. Okay, so when you get to this section, this is the one section where you're actually required to use the ice spell. That breaks that open, and it's too big a thing to actually go through with the dash. So once you break that open, you go back to the wind spell. You do not get bodied by that guy. Ooh, we barely... Oh, God. I don't know how I avoided damage from those. I guess they felt like just far enough where they didn't really get to me in time. Okay, so that is where we would get our bombs refilled normally. Assuming we didn't pick any up beforehand. Yeah, we will be using bombs again. I forget when exactly. Probably once we actually enter Metroid's Fortress proper for taking care of one big enemy. So here we are at General Metroid's Fortress. We're gonna fight the guy we think is the big baddie. And yeah, this section will annoy you when you're first trying to learn the run. This is definitely one of the harder levels in the game as far as the speedrun is concerned. And even even casually, I had a lot of trouble with this section when I first played. But kind of, as always, number one rule is just keep moving. As long as you keep moving, you can kind of ignore all the really bad bits. Ooh, I almost got hit by that bomb. I love how you have immunity when the door is opening, so you can get hit by that rocket and take absolutely no consequences. Yeah, if you hit that grenade fast enough, you actually can trigger it to defeat the guy down there, which is nice. Also, yeah, you really don't need to worry so much about the little alarm things there. Because as long as you don't take too many hits, you can just make it to the next door and get to the checkpoint. I think there is one alarm that I do not advise going through, because I think it does create one of the super big machine gun guys that we're going to see soon enough. And those guys do a bajillion damage. But until then... Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, some grenades will actually be able to hit you... Oh, God. That's not what I wanted. Okay. I was going to say, did I just discover a new tech to despawn the truck? But apparently, no, I didn't. It still proceeds like normal. How did I make that move without taking damage? That was actually kind of cool. Let's second go. Also, you can reflect these bullets from this little turret thing. I don't know why you can reflect those bullets, but it basically one-shots them. I'm going to just use one of our consumables and save the level up points. Let's see how well that actually works. So far, it is working. Yeah, since I do need some help, there we go. Yeah, it's pretty much never a bad idea if you're low on health to just open up boxes and try to get some more health that way. Oh, nice. I skipped those entirely. Let's second go. Yeah, if you jump around the base of that big turret right there, you can basically avoid damage. So here, you want to get to the boomerang and fire it so you can knock out basically all of those, then do the same thing up there. Those guys will do so much more damage to you, and you can just kind of let that one fall like normal. Yeah. I'll let you live. Yeah, most of those ladders, if they're short enough, you're actually better off just climbing all the way down rather than trying to kind of jump off of it. Because when you jump off the ladder, you still get your full basic jump height as well, which you always have to account for. And yeah, as you've seen throughout pretty much all these videos so far, is that 90% of the time you're doing some kind of dash through the air or on the ground for the sake of speed. Sometimes using it to actually avoid damage, but usually it's just for the speed. You're doing it constantly. And also dashing through their sensors for these guys, make sure they do not trigger. Which is really good because they will just literally stalk you until you straight up die if you trigger them that way. Now we're just going. Look at the health. Ow. Prepare to head left here. Yeah, this section can be kind of scary because there's so much stuff happening at once and you're not sure whether or not you're going to land on a platform, but it's usually not so bad. What do you guys think of the freaking Hammer Bros? Oh my god, leave me alone. You know what? I am playing it safe. Okay, I thought I reflected that bullet. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get runs that are just kind of like this, where just things go randomly wrong. And unfortunately, because that was very late in that checkpoint cycle, we have to go through all of that again. Well, I did not account for being on fire. We're not really close enough to a level up to really be able to rely on that. We can pick up this health potion at least. That'll secure us for a little bit. There we go. I wonder if maybe this is a section I should consider using my my dragon ability. Oh my god, you freaking suck. Okay, so even if you're doing that shot, that's still worth doing. Yeah, can we get some health? That's magic. Oh god. Okay, we're at a checkpoint. We're fine. No, we're not at a checkpoint. Oh, I am so glad to use that item in time. Oh my god, please. There we go. I think at this point we're good to swap back to the wind spell. So there's gonna be a checkpoint up here then. And I think about here is where we want to start swapping the bomb. There's a certain enemy that will do like a bunch of damage to you and it's hard to really kind of get past him normally. So I have kind of a setup I use with the bombs here to make sure he gets taken care of. Hey, level up, let's go. Alright, so at the edge of this building right here, you're going to be walking by it. Once you pass this edge, you want to throw a bomb. And then as you're passing the edge of the next building, you want to throw another bomb there. So like so. So that'll take care of the big guy up on top there. He does like a bunch of damage, like 2 or 3 hearts per bullet. And he fires a massive amount of them at one time. So you definitely do not want to get hit by any of those, so it's usually better off just kind of making him exploderize. Okay, so that's not quite enough unless we move this up a bit. Yeah, some of these jumps can be a bit on the precise side. I thought I could survive that. Ow. Okay, I think there should be another checkpoint. Not quite yet. Okay, here's another section. Perfect. I didn't even get my bombs back. Perfect. Okay, so that does... And yeah, this is another case where we want to just put a couple bombs down to nullify somebody's inconvenience. Wow, we're getting a whole bunch of bombs. I mean, yeah, the second I failed that first jump, I should have known that would not work. Yeah, there's always little things to keep in mind when you're going through these runs that you need to factor in for movement and such. That's kind of what makes it, in my opinion, such like a fun speed run too. You always have to pay at least some attention, but to some degree, you can also kind of just like vibe and chill through a good chunk of it as well. Now, the plus side, the big guy is always permanently killed once you defeat him, so we can just kind of come across here as if nothing is going on. Ah, dang it. Thought I could avoid that. Also, yeah, as always, avoid all explosions or reflect them back if you can. Actually, I think that jump would have worked if I started from there and used the wind spell. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I think the cannonballs do 2 hearts of damage if I remember right. Oh, God. I'm letting myself get sloppy. God. Oh, nice. He walked into the explosion. Let's heck and go. Well, I didn't mean to trigger that, but he did. Oh, okay. I thought it was safe for some reason. Yeah, this is one of those sections that I pretty much like always need further practice on. There's always some kind of little thing that trips me up. I'm getting my bombs back pretty easily, at least. That's cool. Can't repel that now. There we go. Okay, we're coming here with more health. That's at least a good thing. Well. It honestly might be faster to actually skip that guy proper, but yeah, I still like taking the safe route. Especially when I'm having kind of a relatively badish run. Like, I at least kind of feel like I'm doing better. Then, yeah, this alert thing you just skip. Nobody's gonna come to you in time. Alright, there's a checkpoint. I'm glad I saw that going south. Hey, perfect time for a level up. Let's go. Yeah, this guy you actually can kind of just push through. He doesn't have a very wide attack range there. This guy can be annoying, but honestly, it's everybody else that's kind of the sucky. Okay. Healing. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, that section can be panicky if things go wrong, but you can just barely dodge everything if you're reflexive enough. Also, I'm going to be a little bit careful here so I don't get hit by, like, a straight bullet. Okay, so as long as you have more than one heart here, you can just slide immediately and take no real damage because there's a checkpoint here. If you're at one or less hearts, you have to wait for the time to go through here. But then you will have a checkpoint, so everything will be nice and safe. And now we're at the Mechos boss fight, who is kind of Never mind, not yet. I always forget there's one last section here to go through. Nice, we got the one guy off screen and we got the other guy to ignore us. That's perfect. So we do this to make sure we don't take surprise damage. Dang it. Nah, I'm not even close to low enough anyway. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to combine and pick this up, but I always do because it's pretty much always a free level up to this stage. And it's nice and quick and easy to get to. Do this again. Pick up our free bombs, because why not? Oh, I didn't get the other guy. Oh well. Alright, I think now it should be the boss, right? There we go. Now this should be the boss, I think. Yeah, it's the boss. Okay, so that does not replenish our ammo. Good to know. Alright, so Mechos has multiple phases. I'm probably not going to be able to show all of them off, but he always starts off with his Fire Sword phase. Usually my strat is just kind of like pogo stick him for a bit. You want to do a little extra hop there so you don't get hit by the flame as he's throwing it. Deflect these grenades back at him. 2 hits, dodge. Sometimes he does this little extra stuff. We'll do another grapple, and then you can just kind of attack him with basic attacks. Okay, so this is probably one of the easiest phases right here. He just fires regular bullets, which don't do a lot of damage. You can kind of easily dodge. And he will occasionally just drop health potions as well. So this is basically the phase that he starts the fight off with as well, with a couple extra little quote-unquote features. Yeah, like there, he dropped a... And we're now on fire. That's great. Okay, another submachine gun, another one that's actually not really that bad to deal with. Because again, he drops health potions at certain points. I think he drops more potions the lower health you are too. So you can kind of use that to your advantage and kind of just like soak damage. Okay, now he's back to his normal attack, which does all the fire stuff. Okay, so we actually didn't get to see his 2 worst phases. One of which is a shotgun phase, which isn't all that bad, but the phase where he fires those bombs constantly. You can do a lot of reflective damage to him if you can knock the bombs back into him, but he can do so much damage to you back in return. That's a strat I still haven't really fully worked out yet myself either. Yeah, basically that segment is just kind of get used to the modes. Here you want to try to reflect back as many grenades as you can. Oddly enough, you want to keep facing away for the most part. I find that it's usually easier to reflect them that way for whatever reason. Yeah, the more you can reflect, the more damage you do, and this is really the main way you do damage. There's not much else that's like comparable. And unfortunately, not all the grenades will hit. We actually had quite a bit of luck with that one, honestly. So when you come around here, you can get a quick, you can try to get some quick attacks in. And unfortunately, you pretty much are at his mercy for the way he does his attacks. But yeah, you want to just reflect everything. The more you can reflect, the more damage you do, and the faster he dies. That was actually kind of a fairly good fight by my standards, all things considered. Yeah, I might maybe try to make like a future video with more focus on how to beat the first phase of that in all of his forms. But for now, that kind of shows you depending on the phase, if he does like just his bullet phases, you're mostly good just kind of go on the attack and keep an eye out for any health potions that drop. When the bomb phase comes up, you kind of want to more focus on survival and trying to reflect the bombs back if you can. Because I think they do explode if they hit you automatically. But yeah, just the bomb phase is probably the most troublesome one. You'll probably find your own methods to deal with that, honestly. But yeah, so that is going to be the end of this segment. And so I will see you in the next video when we tackle the Soul Well, which is going to have a kind of underwhelming ending in the speedrun because you don't actually get to see any like the cool stuff that happens after it. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video for the next part of the run. See you soon. And welcome into the next video where we continue on with the speedrun guide, where we are now going to go do the Soul Well. So after you beat the fortress, you want to fast travel back to the town you were at before, Glensdale Village. Then you want to start heading south, pretty much follow the road again for a while. Then you want to head west here. If you remember, there was a tower that was blocking this bridge before. It is now gone by beating Mechos' fortress. So from here, you just want to do some kind of basic movement, get across as fast as you can. Also, those fish will jump as high as they need you to get to you. There is no safe height. Yeah, the big fish will try to jump up and nom you. He's so ineffective. Then come down to the forest. Then here, there is a specific exit that you only need to go into. Use one spell to just get up there instantly. So from here, at this torch, you want to attack this wall here and then go down the ladder. At the bottom of the ladder, you want to head left. Yeah, there is like a lore or in-game lore way to figure out which path you need to go. That path is basically just follow all of the single torch paths. So anytime you see I can kind of point it out a little more easily in the next segment where it shows it. Yeah, otherwise it's kind of relatively basic platforming just to get across. Ow. Alright, so one example here. So you would see the single torch here. You think this is the way to go. You go to the ladder, you see more torches. So that means this is not the correct way to go. So you just keep going. I'm already this low on health. Have I just been that inattentive to my life force? Yeah, once you get that, you go across. You start heading literally the only way you can go, which is just straight south. Then you will enter into the Soul Well. Yeah, again, those swamps will do a billion damage to you if you actually let them squish you, so you want to be very particular about your dash timing if you want to make that part work. You will always get stopped by one of these two, so don't worry if you don't make the both cycles. Because again, one of them will always screw you. This guy has caused me so many deaths. Yeah, as long as that middle section is open, you can just go right through. There is a chest in that little spot to the right up there, but it doesn't have anything of real value. Ow. Didn't even get damage boosted on the platform. I got cheated. Yeah, in some cases, there are times where damage boost, oh god, is actually helpful. We had one case of a helpful damage boost, and we had one case of a not helpful damage boost. Yeah, if you're low on health here, just grab the health potion down here. Doesn't take too long to grab it, and make sure you have a safe run at that point. Yeah, this section really, like, isn't scary at all, except for these things. Yeah, if you just make basic contact with them, they do like maybe half a heart, maybe a full heart. And then, yeah, just don't get squished. I think you already mentioned like 5 times how much damage they do when they squish you. So this is kind of a weird section right here. I don't know how to explain how well the extended dash jump strat works there. It mostly does. That's the best way I can phrase it. I love it. I can just ride that guy a little bit. I'm also not sure what happens if... Actually, you know what? I want to see what happens. If I stand here... Okay, nothing happens. I don't need to duck. Good to know. I've always wondered what happens if you don't duck there because you're still technically under the size thing for both of those. But no, you're just perfectly fine. Ducking not required. No need to do the quacks. Massive fall. And also, if you fall from that distance and you land, you will normally have like a big kind of like ground stomp effect. Also, once you enter that door, you're just immediately into the next zone, which is basically kind of like the world kind of reformed in a way. Yeah, you can stop at the end to basically do a bunch of shopping if you want to, but there's really nothing there that's like super important for us. Oh no, that's where this before. You could get more upgrades, not important in the randomizer. This teleporter, I think, just lets you get from the left side of the map to the right side of the map, so you really don't need this. You just want to head left to get out of the town. And then that would be it for that section of the video. That one was pretty short, but there are some sections that just don't really take a lot of time to go through. But yeah, so with that, we'll see you in the next video in the series of the Sky here. So we'll see you in a heckin' second. And welcome on back to the next episode of our guide into the Heritage A Dragon Sail speedrun. I love how I can never say this the full name, Heritage of Dragon's Tail, and be fully confident that it's going to come out right. That's just how my brain, quote unquote, works. Okay, I'm kind of amazed I landed on that platform when I did. Definitely take it though. Yeah, some more kind of basic platforming. Now, once we start getting to the next, like, especially the next region of the run, that's when you're going to be seeing a lot of more like specific notes and movement and tech and stuff like that. But most of these sections are still pretty much the same thing we've seen before. You just gotta make sure you're heading in the right direction. Like, you go left here, you skip that chest. You can go above or below. It doesn't really make too big a difference. I feel like going below is safer for whatever reason. I don't have a really good explanation as to why. It just kind of feels that way. Okay, so we'll pop it on the other side of the ocean. First thing you want to do is you want to go up here. We'll be... Stupid random. And yeah, since we got the Ganon encounter, we're technically facing harder enemies, which is unfortunate. Okay, level this fish actually helped me. Yeah, so we'll be coming up here. We'll go into this little tiny little alcove in this like singular Stonehenge wall if we don't get randoed. I don't think I've actually seen that particular piece of terrain before. That's interesting. But yeah, we'll enter into here to get a very good safety and offense scroll, the counterattack. So at this point, we can actually literally just run into enemies, activate a counterattack, and we'll do a bunch of damage to them and give ourselves some iframes at the same time. Okay, so once we've got that, we enter this tower here. We immediately leave. We're only using this as a fast travel point from this point. So then, for the way I'm currently doing the route, I head south toward the fire region. Because here is going to be a very useful ability to make sure that the rest of this run is a lot more survivable, given the health that we usually have. We enter the fire area. The Kingdom of Death. So yeah, this is the section where I definitely got annoyed when I played casually, because literally just everything is red and orange here, so everything kind of meshes together. You do kind of get used to it when you recognize like what sprites are actually like worth looking at and stuff like that. But yeah, be prepared to get a little angry with this section when you first start running it. Because part of the issue is that almost everything in this area can set you on fire on contact. That's from enemies to the lava on the floor down there. If we fall in that lava, we're instantly on fire no matter what happens. And then there's also going to be lava plumes like that, which will also do the same thing, and also block your movement entirely. Some sections like that one, you can get past those ahead of time if you're fast enough. Some of them, you are just kind of doing the best you can to avoid the worst situations. Because you will be stopped by at least one on a regular basis. And also the fireballs that are coming out of the lava like that, those are actually just regular enemies. You can attack them with a single swipe and boom, they'll just be dead. Yeah, imagine like I think they're called Potoboos in Super Mario World. Imagine those, but you can actually get rid of them. It's such an amazing concept. They're not worth a lot of XP, but they're worth a modest amount. You probably could do the wind spell to go faster from there, but eh. So yeah, you can use the wind spell to jump over some of these lava plumes. There are going to be some, though, that just will not work. Also, that guy can troll you and he can stun lock you for like 18 years on end. Thankfully, he didn't decide to do that to us. But yeah, for the most part, how did I avoid that damage? I'll take it, though. Okay, this has actually been a pretty good run of this stage for me so far. Actually, I almost wish I was timing this. Yeah, anytime you can be like above the screen and away from the fray of like everything, that's usually a winning move. More extended long jumps. Yeah, you definitely want to go above this guy here. This is another case where he can stun lock you if he still chooses, and he will choose to do so. It is literally his favorite thing. Yeah, dash through those fire plumes so you can get by a little faster. Okay, if you don't fall into lava, you can actually just dash through all that and get through basically scot-free without taking any damage. All right, when you start this section, you also want to get one more level up attack so you can take care of the fire bats and basically just, like, attack it and destroy them in one hit. It is a very nifty capability. So in this case, we do have to wait for this one to go down because there's no safe way to go across without taking a bunch of damage. Okay, thankfully it was only on fire, so I couldn't get it on fire again. Yeah, I think the iframes from sliding into that guy there do prevent you from getting stunned, which is why you want to do that for that particular enemy. Okay, we gotta hit at that one. Go. Oh, God. I got set on fire somehow. I am literally playing with fire, but I won a second go. Yeah, there is so much that can go wrong on just that one screen. I'm so lucky that none of it went wrong. Not how I intended that movement to work, but it worked out perfectly. No, as long as I don't get set on fire, I consider that a success. Also, as long as I don't get poisoned, that's... oh, God damn it. I fear to have burst into flames. Okay, no health from there. Oh, I didn't realize I was at half a heart already. Dang it. That was actually such a good run, too. I think we were literally just about to get to the checkpoint, too. That's what sucks about that. And yeah, some platforms like that, you actually don't really save any time with doing the extended long jump. But it's still kind of fun to do it regardless. And that's the case of using a damage boost to just, like, stay in the air relatively and out of the lava. Damage boosts aren't, like, the easiest thing to do, but they can actually help in some circumstances. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Oh, my God, please. You know what? Sure, we'll use the Omni Restorative. Oh, I barely avoided the lava there. Oh, I got lucky there. Yeah, there is no shame in having just, like, lucky movement to be able to get, like, you survive an area. And yeah, we were literally half a room away from the checkpoint. So that is a section we cannot skip because of just how high that thing goes. Thankfully, the enemies do also die when they hit that, so that's a positive. Wait for that. Oh, then you have that freaking guy doing his freaking fire things. Wait for you to go down. There we go. Okay, so now we have our first mini-boss. So this is the only case in which the ice spell is actually good for combat. You can get a oh, actually, I got 4 ticks of damage there. That I was not expecting. Okay, get more magic. Yeah, grab that now. Next, one thing you can do as well if you have plenty of health and you're willing to kind of gamble some of it is you can actually kind of get like a pogo chain effect going on. You can get him like right as he's right above where he's about to spawn, kind of like that. And actually, if you have a bunch of level up points available for some fast heals, I think it's actually probably an even better strat, honestly. So yeah, at this point we would level up. Yeah, especially because that does basically more ticks per second of damage in addition to doing more damage. There we go, just like that. So yeah, if you're inside an enemy hitbox, you actually basically keep getting knocked upward if you're doing the down stab, and you keep your attack frames also keep resetting when you do that. That's a good way to be able to go through that pretty quickly. Alright, so the rest of these videos are probably going to be a little bit longer because I have these in my current speedrun splits as kind of like 2 stages in one. So I have like the introductory stage, then I have the actual main boss stage that I include. So I'm just going to keep the kind of same consistency with these guide videos. Freaking hell. I'm going to keep the same consistency with the guide videos. So we're going to see basically the entire fire section, the entire dark section, and the entire cold section in a single video, instead of just individual stages. Oh, that took so much of my health. Then we head left. We will skip this cave. This cave doesn't have anything useful for us. We head straight down across this bridge. And then there's a little cave here that we do want to enter. This cave, the reward for this cave will be a half damage relic. So we literally take half damage from everything else in the rest of the game, including poison and burn. So yeah, it is very useful for being able to keep kind of just sane in a speedrun of this. Can I, by any chance, get a free heal? Yes, I can. Perfect. Now we can do more of our Pogo ability. Okay, we'll start off with this, just because. Then also, when your ice spell is doing damage, you cannot do regular sword damage at the same time either. Because you basically can't, like, stack damage sticks like that. Which is unfortunate, but... Oh, okay, did not position that correctly. Another safety level up. Yeah, you're a little too close to that magic. Actually, I guess I could have grabbed the magic potion. Oh well. Yeah, this was a section where I would be doing like a level up to attack right here. Which actually, maybe it would actually still be more, actually probably be more useful, honestly. So I'd actually be using the effect of it. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I should have done this earlier. Actually, I guess it does get rid of our safety levels. But yeah, this will just melt him now. Yeah. Look how quick that was. And we still get healing afterward, too, because he drops just so much. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually implement that in the proper speedrun going forward, because that just seems so much faster. And as long as I'm careful enough, I can implement it without any real consequences. But yeah, that should make the speedruns faster now, so let's take a go. Fortunately, if he attacks you with anything, it does knock you out of the stun immediately. So there's at least that benefit to getting hit by it after all. Well, we should be out of this section soon, so we shouldn't be taking too much fire damage. Actually, no, we only... Okay, I guess the damage over time does not get lowered. Good to know. Yeah, I gotta wait for this thing. Let me put the wind spell back on so I get some extra movement if I need to. There we go. Ah, come on. I'm still working on the jump timing to make sure that's actually, like, efficient. But this one you actually can get across as long as you're careful with how and when you jump. So yeah, definitely do that if you're comfortable with it. Dang it. And here we are at the boss. So this is the boss that Yeah, I'm still kind of mixed on how I feel about this boss. You can do some level of pogoing on him, but it's not nearly as effective as was the prior boss. What you're going to be using doing the most damage with is honestly your boomerang. You can just kind of do this to him when he's kind of chilling at you with this. Because this is kind of like his easily targetable attack is what I'll call it. And he does it like so often too. Yeah, you can kind of do some damage with him with this. Okay, do I have any? I do not have any burn ointments. That's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm going to probably be relying on some extra levels. Yeah, the fact that he does this particular attack like several times does make it fairly easy to kind of predict for the most part. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh my god, please. I'm just trying to get the potion. That was heckin' rude. Well, that actually made things worse, honestly. You know what, we're doing a safety level. Yeah, if you don't want to lose time, safety level. Abso-heckin-lutely. Yeah, that was actually a really good fight, all things considered. I suppose I didn't really explain a lot of what I was doing. I guess I did kind of, like, there are sometimes you can pogo him and be kind of decent, as long as you can avoid most of the fire, which unfortunately he can also set you on fire. But yeah, otherwise just mostly throw the boomerang when he's on the sides, and that doesn't matter what phase he's in, it's effective either way. But yeah, that's basically how I do that fight. And that'll be it for this part of the video, because we just got done with the fire region. In the next video, we'll be taking care of the dark/undead region. So we'll stop back in, and we will continue on the guide in the next video. And now here we are at the next video, and we are about to head into the next region of the speedrun, which is the dark region. So at this point, once you beat the fire region, you want to fast travel back up to the tower that we got earlier, the central Torga fortress. Then from here, you want to head west. And then a little north, I guess. And get completely ambushed by a random encounter you could not avoid. That's how this game likes to roll. I didn't realize that thing could fire those. Okay. Alright, then you immediately head south. Actually, no, you don't immediately head south. You cross the first body of water, then you head south. Yeah, kind of just keep heading straight south from there. Cross these double flames. Avoid the random encounter. And you enter the haunted marshlands. Yeah, this one doesn't have anything too concerning as far as platforming goes. There's a handful of pits in here, and they are in kind of darkened areas, but they're not really super concerning. Although this does have the first area that gives, in my opinion, the worst status effect in the game, which is Curse. What Curse does is, okay, well, thankfully that's not Curse, but what Curse does is it reverses the directional control pad that you have. Also, you do need fire activated in order to open up these torches to open up the store. There are some other doors you can open up like this, but none of them are really useful in the speedrun. Also, I love how that actually got rid of our poison. That's actually kind of a fun thing to know. But yeah, the Curse ability is... I hate it so much. It makes some section of this game just so absolutely terrible to play through. And the worst thing is, you can get the Curse on the final boss fight, which I have had happen to me. And that's how I figured that out. And it is literally the worst thing. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, please. Leave me alone. I think there should be a checkpoint here. Yeah, checkpoint. Uh-oh, and this is why you always have the wind spell equipped. In case you ever, just miss a platform, you can use that to save your run. I don't actually need that health anymore. Ow. Thank you. That was a quite extended hitbox there. Also, these zombies are also the worst. They have a loud scream or large scream radius, and they will stun you, and they will literally log onto you and grab you and just like stun lock you and eat your brains. It is not fun. You know what? Just because I saw it, I'll grab it. Okay, this section is also kind of annoying because these have these things that grab you, and a random amount of... Okay, this enemy here is one that gives you the curse, and they're a friggin' is, and he laughs at you when he hits you too. It's like the ultimate disrespect. Now I have to get used to being... Oh, and of course now I'm poisoned too. Yeah, that's like worse, but you can actually still have all the status effects on you at one time. And the game will completely laugh at you while it does that to you. Okay, now we lost our confusion, so we're back to normal controls. And I have had the quote-unquote curing of curse lead me to getting cursed again by running into another curse bullet, which is like the most annoying thing. Here we have another arena. So this arena is one I definitely need to work on myself, because we have another one of those enemies that gives you curse in here, and I have no idea how to like properly deal with them with the timing that we have available. Okay, so as long as I stay here, he won't respawn again until I'm good and ready. I'm gonna try to make use of this. Ow. How dare you set me on fire. Okay, so the best way I've been able to figure out how to make this work is I just keep doing this. Because as long as they take damage, they will not actually attack me. Ow. Okay, we got them both. That's perfect. Ow. Okay, you know what? Counterattack time. It doesn't have as high a DPS as like any other of my attacks, but it's a good safe way to be able to do constant damage to an enemy as long as you can keep the timing down. It is so handy for that. Oh, I didn't realize pressing down would also grab onto the ladder. That's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, the rest of the the rest of the stage is pretty straightforward, I would say. There will be a bit of an auto-scroller section where you're kind of meant to panic a lot, but really it's kind of one of the simplest rooms if you just keep moving forward and just ignore everything. Especially when you have the half damage relic. Yeah, stay above this guy because he can be kind of annoying if you let him be. Also, yeah, do not get cursed if you can avoid it. As I've said it before and I'll say it again, curse is the worst status effect. You want to avoid it at all costs. Well, except for, you know, death. Death is not an appropriate cost, but literally any other cost. Ah, dang it. Didn't time that right. I didn't realize there was a spike there. I had a little free healing to give you here. It was nice of them to put there. Dang it. Yeah, that's another reason why I like to have the half damage, so that you can just ignore stupid things like that. Go down here. And here comes a relatively short auto-scroller section. Yeah, you got a bunch of these guys chasing you. Just ignore them. Just keep moving forward. How did nothing happen to them? Normally if you jump on their heads, they kind of just like crumble for a little bit. That one didn't do that for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, you can pretty much just like stay constantly right here minding the platforms, and you'll be completely safe. And there is some kind of combat platforming here to do. Nothing really too severe. You can try to get XP here if you want to. It's kind of not really worth it. It's not worth the effort. Why are there only 2 of them? Oh no, okay, one hasn't spawned yet. You're supposed to have, I think, 4 of those guys chasing you at this point. For some reason, like, there's always one that's missing by the time I get through it. Alright, so that is going to be the first part of the split. Yeah, it's the only thing about this is like the curse gets annoying. You keep getting hit by it, but it's not like it's something that's going to necessarily cause like a lot of pain and death and stuff like that. You just have to learn how to avoid it, and if you do get hit by it, just how to be careful with it. In this case, you can actually literally just follow the marker for the flag. It'll bring you exactly where you need to go. Sometimes the marker is like off compared to how like the geometry of the world is, but there it's just perfect. Just head straight down and a little bit left. Oh, I was trying to bonk him, but I failed. I love how you can just jump over that guy entirely and ignore him. So this guy's going to ask you a question about something about the portraits. The answer is always 5. That'll let you get to this little kind of secret section, which will be a much easier path. I'm assuming a much simpler path as well. This one I don't think I need to do a time test to confirm for a fact or not. But yeah, this is definitely the way you want to go. Ow. Now you always have to wait for a little bit in this cycle, which is unfortunate. Yeah, there's another curse guy right there. Dashing across a bridge, trying to dodge the enemies. Or, you know, damage boosting, whatever your flavor is. I do not yuck other people's yum. Yeah, that's actually gonna be a little awkward with the way the screen transition works, so you gotta be kind of careful with that. How did... Okay. So get this back on. I did not... I was trying to get the wind spell on. It didn't trigger for some reason. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's kind of this thing is, eventually you'll learn when to have certain items ready at certain times. Like, I'm still trying to learn. But yeah, once you get to those points, those sections will be just completely, like, non-issues. I do wish there was a faster way to go through, like, sections like this. But to my knowledge, there really isn't a way, so we just kind of deal with it. Oh, freaking hell. I think I do technically have a burn on him, but I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, we still have a decent bit of health. We have half damage. And we have the health potion we just picked up there. That works too. Yeah, dash to that. You can kind of go there. You use the wind spell on close up to this guy, and he will just become not a factor on that section. That's my preferred strategy, although you do have to get kind of weirdly close to him for that to work. Dang it. Alright, then we go up to the boss fight of this region. His name is Deegan. I'm out of magic. Here's the checkpoint. This is where we'll fill everything. So this one, I think his second attack in his chain, you actually want to stay kind of close to him and try to reflect all the bullets because he does a bunch of damage. It's either this boss or one of the later bosses that does that. Yeah, there'll be some bosses that going forward that you can actually reflect their attacks, and you can do like a whole bunch of damage. It might not be his second attack, but it should be somewhere in the sequence. Definitely not his first, though. Yeah, you can technically repel those, but he's never actually in a point where they would hit him. Okay, that is an attack you can do for much more damage. So it is his second attack. Yeah, when he does the bats, you can basically attack those for experience and items, stuff like that. For the most part, that doesn't really help us in our speed run. That you cannot reflect. These you can reflect. I still need to find out a good timing for that, but that's another way to get like a lot of damage in. Button mash to get rid of the stun. These are small potions, so let's just grab one now. Why not? And now he's going to be kind of mostly out of reach and annoying to try to hit, so we just let him go through his phase. I think that one can stun you if you're too close. Huh. I didn't know you could summon those enemies. I need to keep a better eye for when he... Okay, when he does that little ray of effect thing, that shows he's about to use that attack. I need to get used to that. There we go. That fight felt a little slower than normal, but yeah, for the most part, you just kind of go up at him, try to button mash your attack at him. If you see him getting ready to do like the big beam attack, reflect all those to him. It does like so much damage. Yeah, having the half damage just makes a lot of these bosses so much less of a hassle, which is why I still pick up in the speedrun. And yeah, that is going to be it for this part segment, or this part of the guide. So we'll see you in the next video for when we take care of the Ice Queen, which I think is actually just her legitimate name. I don't think she has any proper name than that. But yeah, we'll see you all in the next video for the next section. And now we're in the next video for the next section. So let's go ahead and, once again, we will fast travel back to the Central Torga Tower, or Central Torga Fortress. And then this time, we head north. We're going to the snowy regions of Snowy Landville and random encounters. Because everybody loves random encounters. Also, those ice slimes you see down there, you want to be especially yeah, because a lot of the enemies here will be able to freeze you, and it is basically a stun lock if they get you in like the worst position. So you want to just do everything you can to avoid the shenanigans. You can talk to the guy if you want. He just lets you know that, hey, cold area up ahead, be careful, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if you, like, just stomp on those slimes normally... Did I get, like, stuck on the corner there? Because I landed, but I wasn't, like, really moving any further than that. That was weird. But yeah, if you just, like, stomp on those slimes like normal, they will explode into a bunch of, like, shooting ice shards that will freeze you and make your life a living, like, opposite of hell as far as, like, the element goes. So yeah, you either want to slide into them or you want to down stab them. Yeah, the slide also just kills them instantly with no armor foul. Yeah, kind of like that. Then they shredder things in like technically 8 directions, but you only ever just see like 5 of them. The others just get like thrown to the ground immediately. So much fish. Also, how is that water not like strictly ice at this point? I feel like it's a very worthy question to ask. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm jumping in like every single time I do a dash, for some reason it just kind of feels more natural to me as far as like timing goes to do that. Okay, I got lucky there. I should not have done that because that was too risky a maneuver. Especially given just how easily they can, like the hitbox is just wrong and it destroys you. You can try to kill this guy while you're waiting. It's not really worth the time or the effort because he'll keep hitting you because of his hitbox size. If you're on the far right side of the wall. We could have gained a little bit of time with the extended long jump, but it doesn't really save that much time, honestly. Some platforms are just like kind of neutral in that regard, which I find kind of amusing. I always mean to jump before I do that screen transition because that little snow pile there will slow you down, but I never actually remember to in time. You can do a little interesting bits of extended long jumping here to save time. It seems like it's kind of a dangerous thing at first, but it's really not so... The game didn't let me dash. Yeah, I think the dash is supposed to recharge every, like, second or so, but it feels like it's a variable length sometimes. And I don't know if that's just a skill issue on my part or something weird with, like, the coding of the game. But it's something, that's all I know. One of these days I'll learn to do my proper jump there like I want to. I wonder if I can make that without the dash. I don't know if I'm brave enough to try, but I wonder if I can. Oh god. Not sure how I salvaged that, but I'll take it. I almost felt like I was like flipping into the wall and being sort of like standing for a bit so I could do the... Yeah, that's definitely one of those cases where you want to just do a slide if you need to take those things out. Just trying to do a down step is just not consistent enough. Here you can just skip this platform entirely. Go into the pit here, jump dash, wind spell up, skip that guy. You can kind of skip both these guys if you time the dash right there. Oh, I was trying to bounce off with the down stab. Try to get another double jump, but that failed. Yeah, this entire section has the wind pushing against you, so you're going a decent bit slower than you normally would. You can still make multi-jumps without really too much issue, though, which is nice. Oh, I'll call it an intentional damage boost, even though it technically wasn't intentional. I hate that entrance, because you go left, which means you think you have to go left still for the next one, but no, you go right instead. That always gets me. And there's the first stage of the segment. I just realized I never maxed my attack. Normally I max my attack power before I get to the Deacon fight, but I haven't even done that yet. I should do that now. There we go. Yeah, when you max out your attack power in this game, you get an additional 16 points of attack on top of what you would normally have otherwise. So the last level of basic gives you plus 20 attack power instead of just plus 4. And then, especially once you get to this the section of the game in like the quote-unquote new world, or is that after this section? I actually forget. There's a point in the game where your sword gets upgraded and you basically do double your normal damage, which becomes really amazing when you have max out attack. It one-shots like most standard enemies. Okay, so it's after we beat the next section here that we get our sword upgrade. The sword also gets a nice visual upgrade too, which is the super nice part. Yeah, that guy always causes you pain. I managed to luck out into like a really good move with that one somehow. Yeah, just do that. I did not need to pick that up, but I just did by instinct. Yeah, this is also the shortest boss stage, because here we're already at the boss. So this is the one stage where the dark spell is actually kind of useful. It does a good chunk of damage, and you can get like good, like double, maybe triplets in if you're like really good with it. But this boss moves around so much, it's hard to really get any like thing consistent. Yeah, I got like 2 ticks of damage there. Okay, that was actually a decent set there. So unfortunately, the dark spell does cause all of our magic at that point, but she does also pretty regularly drop magic recoveries. We basically use that to our favor. Yeah, once you get in this section, you can do a lot of this to do a good chunk of free damage. Oh, come on. Oh, she does drop health potions. Good to know. Oh, wow. That was actually a really fast fight. I think that would basically probably be a gold split fight if I was actually timing it. Yeah, that one is just basically just pogo when you can, strike when you can, and then use the dark spell whenever you have the ability to pick up the magic thing. And yeah, when she drops the magic thing, she does also do like a little cold breath that you can use to freeze you, which you definitely want to avoid if you can. I think because of how quick this section was, I'm just going to include the next fight. Actually, no. I'm going to be consistent with the way I've been doing this video. So far, I've been basically breaking up by splits, so I'm just going to do it that way. Wow, it actually costs 100% of RMP. I wonder if it just caps out at 100% cost. And maybe if we only had like our initial level of magic, it would still cost 100. But yeah, so I'm going to follow with the way my splits are set up, and I'm going to make a separate video for each split. Mostly. So yeah, I will go ahead and see you in the next video, which will probably be another combined section. Yeah, it's gonna be another combined section because technically the next split is like 2 minutes, which is not really sufficient. But yeah, so see you in the next video for the next part of the Heritage Dragon's Tail speedrun guide. See you soon. And welcome on back to the next episode of Speedrun Guide for A Heritage of Dragon's Tail Z. I don't know why I went into the level up screen. But yeah, so now after we get done with the Ice Palace, we want to travel back all the way down to the new town that we went to. I go bonked and I go ow. We go back to the Isle of Awakening, and then we enter the town. And then look, suddenly boss fight. Yeah, this is another one of those fights that there's not really a good singular strat for because he just moves around so freaking much. Now, on the plus side, our sword does do technically extra damage to him, which is nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting set on fire, but... Oh, I did that again. I'm gonna take this now. I think that might have healed more than we needed, but... Yeah, he tries to do like a bunch of cool-looking attacks. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, he does the Dragon Fist thing too. Which does actually do quite a lot of damage to us, so we do need to be careful ourselves. Okay. I did not, oh. Okay, so this I think does also do some good damage if we knock it back to him, but it's really hard to because most of it's angled. Oh god, okay. Safety level up. Yeah, once you get your attack maxed out, you can save all your level ups for like safety heals. That's literally all your level points are good for at this point. Wow, we actually got to skip that big attack phase. Let's second go. Yeah, because he basically does like an almost full screen attack that will do a lot of damage to you if you're in a shaded spot of the screen. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, as long as you have like good defense, you can kind of get through everything pretty safely. But yeah, so once we beat that section, we will go ahead and fast travel back up to the Soul Well. Yeah, I'm kind of realizing my boss, at least the last few boss fights, I haven't really done any proper explaining. One important thing here. So this is probably like the only glitch that we actually used in the speedrun. You enter this forest here, immediately exit to the right, and you pop back up on the north end of the forest. So you can actually skip that entire stage. Then you head over to Yggdrasil. So this is going to be, I think, the longest section of the entire speedrun, because there are just so many different areas. Also, we have our upgraded sword now. So we have sword beams, which does a modest amount of damage. It's at least better than the sword beams in the Link to the Past. And now our base sword does double damage as well. So now we have all the attack power to work with. Yeah, for some reason you have to like mash up here to make this work. I had to move further right to make that work. That was weird. Maybe it's had to be more centerized for it to work. Yeah, there is an XP bubble in the water to the left there, but it's only worth like maybe 100 or so experience. It's not worth it. There'll be an XP bubble we do find later on that is so much far more worth it. Also, I forgot to turn my wind back on. And yeah, we have the phasing in and out platforms, kind of like in, like, I guess not quite like Mega Man 2. There's another game that has a kind of similar system, but I can't think of the full name of it. Also, we can technically kind of, not like that, we can't. If you have like the right timing, yeah, like that, you can kind of skip that little bit of that section. It's not a lot of time save, but it's at least some time save if you really want to focus on like the details. Also, now is when you probably want to add a second level to your MP usage. We're going to be using the wind spell significantly in this area. So you want to make sure you have enough MP to be able to account for that. You could get a third level in it if you want, but it's not really necessary. Ow. Also, that's another funny little bug. The enemy, I think, just spawns like 1 pixel too low, so it doesn't actually make it on the platform, so it just falls away instantly. It's kind of one of my favorite things. Ow! Hey, welcome on in, Zenogre. How you doing tonight? Why are you bonking me? Yeah, I kind of enjoy these little vertical sections because you can make them so trivial with the wind spell. And it's so heckin' fun to do. Okay, that was a bad spot. We had like multiple frames of walking. Yeah, kind of a lot of this level is basically just kind of learning where the platforms are and when you can jump and when you shouldn't jump. And everything can be slightly off cycle if you do just like one slightly different thing wrong. So it's kind of hard to really like get like a super set path or expectation of timing as a result. But yeah, just eventually learn the platforms and you'll be good to go. Yeah, most of this you can basically just kind of just go constantly and you'll be fine. Wasn't sure I was gonna make that platform, but I'm glad I did. Yeah, like I said, this is a section where you can be using the wind spell a very much lot amount of times. So you definitely want to have some extra MP usage available. Also, we can skip that section. We can mostly skip this section. We can jump up onto here. We can mostly skip this section. And we can skip this section. That section is just so heckin' fun to do, just because of the wind spell being the way it is. It's probably like the coolest movement segment of the entire speedrun, I would say. Yeah, I thought I would jump too high for that. Yeah, that cycle can suck if you miss it, because you literally cannot progress if you miss it. You have to wait it out. The funny thing is, if I'd actually focused this on like a proper speedrun instead of a guide, I think I might be on PB pacing right now, the way my splits have gone. How are you? Well, you were drunk with a housemate earlier, started a heated discussion about clip-on boobs, and now you're watching a video about how people develop thalassophobia. I forget what thalassophobia is. I know I've heard the term before, I just forget what it's meaning. Get up there, please. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well tonight. There's some sections of my guide that I feel like I probably could have explained better, especially most when it comes to like bosses and stuff like that. But I think I'm mostly happy with how I'm. Never mind. I am now sad. Eternal sadness. Fear of the deep ocean. Okay. That's not what I thought that was. I don't know what I thought that was, but it's not what I thought that was. What is the proper name for, like... I don't know if this is the right way to phrase it, but, like, what, for, like, fear of swimming or trying to, like, float in water. What is there a term for that? So I can pretty much guarantee that is something that I absolutely have. Okay, I can make that work still. Yeah, as long as you touch the ground there, and you can basically regain your wind spell, you can make through that section without any real concern. Oh god, okay. I was trying to pogo off that little flying guy, but I missed entirely. Is it the same thing? Because I'm not talking much like deep water. I'm talking about just trying to swim / exist in water in general. Like, I mean, if the water is only, like, say, like, if it's, like, 4 foot deep, like, not enough for me to, like, risk drowning in, I'm perfectly fine. If it's something I have to actually attempt to, like, float in some way, shape, or form in, I basically go into, like, panic attack mode. I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's, like, something I have, or if I'm just, like, something else going on. Alright, this boss fight is extremely simple. You just go up. You give the griffins many angry pets with your sword. And also, when they yell at you, yell back at them. Yell back at them with your sword. I'm still not even sure what the correct way to, like, button mash out of that segment is. I've just been mashing, like, pretty much every button except for the one that uses my spell, because I don't want to spend an MP. But yeah, I just... Oh my god, I have not been stunned so much in this fight. Thank you. Now you want to know the answer? Yeah, I would love to know if there's, like, a proper terminology for that kind of thing. Because I've had so many people in my life try to teach me how to swim, and just... the second the water gets to, like, say, like, chin level, that's when I just lose control of myself. Also, on the plus side, I have been streaming with the enhanced broadcasting thing with the NVIDIA card I have. We've not had a single drop frame all night. So I'm thinking whatever happened, maybe like I had an update that finally fixed it, or maybe it was like a Twitch server thing, but whatever it was, everything seems to have finally fixed itself. Which I am heckin' thankful for. Just aquaphobia? I mean, that does kind of make sense, because aquaphobia is literally just water fear, but... I don't know, I would have thought I had like a more specific name assigned to it. Oh, I thought I had another wind spell available. That's on me. Honestly, I used to be like a primary bath person back in the day, but at one point I just kind of like started shifting over to just like showers, and I can't go back to taking baths now. I don't even know what it is. My brain's just kind of weird about things in general, though, so maybe that's something to do with it. But yeah, baths are nice and cozy. For sure. Also, avoid getting hit by that enemy's spear, the angel spear, because even with the half damage, it'll do like 3 hearts to you. In a second, annoying. Free checkpoint. Yeah, that's a section right there where you technically don't gain any time by doing the extended long jump. But it's kind of just still more fun to do it that way, so I still do it. Heck you, Angel. Yeah, like I said before, if there's any time where you don't feel comfortable with like a particular jump or the way a certain movement is going, by all means, feel free to kind of bail out if you need to and go to safety. Because it's better to lose a second to that kind of reset than to lose an entire minute to a death. That's like the big comment I feel needs to be said about this kind of speed run. Yeah, this is another one of those platform sections where the extended long jump doesn't really save a lot, if like anything. Oh, okay, I got kind of lucky with that. Not gonna lie. Okay, this is a section I tried to figure out like a skip for. It is just not possible as much as I want it to be. I did a little bit more googling. Search fear of drowning. Is that thalassophobia or aquaphobia? Huh. I feel like aquaphobia is probably the closer of the two. I don't know, I mean the thing is, if I see something that just says, like, fear of water... Also, when you see these red snake guys, if you jump off the screen using the wind spell and you basically kind of dash past them, they basically lose tracking of you, and they just stop chasing you, and they can actually... You can get them behind you so they no longer like, affect you for the rest of the stage, which is super nice. But yeah, I would figure aquaphobia would probably be the closer one, 'cause that's kind of more... It's not as specific to, like, deep ocean like thalassophobia is, but also still feels like too generalized. Because it's like I said, like if I'm just like taking a bath in the bathtub, that I have no problem with that whatsoever. And if I'm in like a pool that like maybe say like 4-foot deep water, again, no problem. It's just the second I need to like try to swim or try to balance myself, that's when I have the issues. I think you can technically like damage boost this entire area, but it just seems like too much of a pain. Also, this is a big skip right here, so you want to jump up onto this platform, jump, wind spell, double jump. This skips basically, I think, like a good at least 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? Let's find out how much that actually saves. That's one thing I've been meaning to do for a while. How much time does this... I didn't know you could chase me from there. Okay, so in that case... Okay, so let's start the timer. Let's find out how much time this actually saves by doing that. Let's reset the timer and go. Now we do have the unfortunate thing of the extra guy. Actually, that's... I thought there was more second than that. Okay. That's only like 10 seconds max of time save. Well, now we know. It's a small time save, but it's still a time save. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah, I really do wish there were, like, bigger sequence skips we could do. Hey, definitely not arguing with that one. Yeah, especially when our time is getting, like, ever, like, kind of more efficient and tighter as we just do more of it. I did not feel confident. Also, if you do this, he'll be immediately alerted to you, but he will never do anything about it. Something is broken with his AI, and I love the game for it. He'll just stand there with no will sweat off his back. Ow. And now I'm trying to figure out if we can actually make it to the end of Yggdrasil before the ads have to run. Because they're currently scheduled in like about 4.5 minutes. I do still have my snoozes I could do to try and kind of skip those. I'm actually lower on health than I want to be. Oh god. Oh god, this is going terribly. Okay, safety leveling. That's why these level points are still here, so you can keep just doing this. Oh my god, for the love of... Oh my freaking... Okay. Yeah, sometimes the game just hates you. And at some point, you just learn to live with that. Thankfully, this guy's a pushover. You can do the same trick on him by just going off the stage and he loses tracking on you. I keep thinking how much range the lightning guy has with his attack. Oh, I was gonna get through any of that in the first go. Okay, now we can go. Damn. Yeah, you can technically do it like jump off the vine, do the wind spell, and get a little bit extra speed there, but it's really inconsistent to try to do. Like, for some reason, the jump button will not always get you off the vine. I don't know why. I can never probably dash past that guy. I need to figure out some kind of better move or a strat for that. Like, if I'd done that earlier, that would have worked, but... Yeah, this guy is so freaking harmless. I actually almost feel bad that he can't do anything. Okay, get that checkpoint. Well, that didn't work. So this is one of the few, if not only instances, where you actually have to just deal with this guy's existence. And there's the freaking curse. Okay. No, as long as we don't get burning condition, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Curse will wear off soon enough. I think it actually wears off once we get on this platform, so we should be fine. Go. Okay, that was actually good movement on that guy. Oh my god, I actually saved that. Let's second go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and snooze the ads real quick. Now, I'm gonna try to make it to, by the time I get to the actual boss fight, then I'll probably end the current guide video there. And we'll just have the last guide video just be for all the final boss fights. I feel like that makes the most sense. Yeah, these things move super fast. You can mostly just dodge through them still, as long as you don't get crushed by them. Should be fine with pretty much any other amount of damage. Oh, I'm playing it safe. Another one of these guys. He's trying his best to be relevant. I really do feel bad for him. He just doesn't do anything. Okay, so I think here is where the yeah, this is the pre-final boss segments here. Okay, once we get up to the doorway, we will end the current guide video. I will take a bio break, and then we will finish up the rest of the guide. You technically could do the wind spell to get up there faster, but it saves like fractions of a second maybe, and that's if you do it right the first time. You can buy some extra healing items if you want to, but once you get to a certain stage, you really don't need to. Come across all the god statues, and then here would be the boss to the, or door to the penultimate boss. So we're going to end the guide video here, because that's basically all of the platforming section of this area completed. And in the next video, and next and final video, I should say, we will have our guides on how to beat the final four or final bosses. So with that, I will see you all in the next video. All right, so now we have that part set up. I'm going to go ahead and run a few minutes of ads. You get to have the lovely sound of occasional thunder to keep you company while I'm away. And yeah, so a few minutes of a quick bio break. And when we get back, we shall finish off the guide. In the meantime, a burb. Heck yeah, made it back just in time for the ads to finish. Let's heck and go. Also, thank you for the contribution to the Guitar Hero Challenge. Let's heck and go. How far are we at this point? But we are... Yeah, we still got quite a bit left to go. We got, what is it? About 63,000 points. There's going to be, 14 days left. How many more days we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 streams left. So 63,000 points in 8 streams. We basically need like 4 people per stream to be able to max out their donation points to make that work. Okay, we have a little bit closer now. Let's I can go. Thank you for the contribution, King. That does get us a little bit closer now. Oh, we are now a quarter of the way. Let's I can go. So yeah, that is how many points now? So yeah, now we're at 60,000 away. So yeah, I think like maybe 3,500-ish for 4 people. Oh no. Actually, if only... Okay, math. 60,000. We had how many left? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, I've been really bad about like keeping comments about it being a thing and kind of reminding people of it. I don't really know like what the right way to remind people about that is. It's kind of part of the thing. I don't want to be like too overbearing about it, but I also want to like, yeah, I don't know how to really properly take care of that. Let me take off the burb. But yeah, so we have 8 more days of stream left. So let me do some calculations. So 60,000 divided by 8. So about 75 points. Yeah, we basically need 4 people to basically contribute almost the max amount per stream at that point. Does anybody know if it's possible to contribute points on days when somebody doesn't stream? Because I don't know if that actually works that way. And I've never really like focused too much on the thing before. And welcome in, Cortez. Thank you for the contribution as well. How you doing tonight? Yeah, we're definitely getting closer in that case. Let's oh, that's not what I want to click on. Okay, I must have missed that already because we're already at the 26%, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, we're now about to get ready for the last guide. Let me make sure everything's good on my side. All right, and we're about to time us or ready for ourselves for the start of the final video. And welcome back, everybody, to the final episode of the guide to speedrunning Heritage of Dragon's Tale. So this video is going to be focusing pretty much like 90% on the final boss fights because there's like a little tiny bit of platforming in between the two, but not really a whole lot. So I'm going to be kind of going over mostly how the boss fights work. Actually, I'll try to make the fights last longer so I can kind of show off more of the attacks so you know what to look for. So the first fight is going to be basically 4 different phases of Valcor. First one is going to be Fire Elemental. So let's start off down here. So we'll kind of do like a bunch of random light casting. Yeah, you definitely want to attack with your basic sword as much as you can. And especially having like maxed out and double attack makes this fight so much easier. In fact, I'm actually not even sure what all attacks he has outside of this step. Because once he gets up here, you can actually reflect some of these attacks. And then you normally just do like up attack here to kind of reverse pogo him. I want to see what other attacks he has, just as a reference. Okay, we did not successfully dash for those, apparently. Yeah, what else does he have for us? Or does he just go back to his regular thing? Okay, he just goes back to his regular attack, so he's already cycling through. Yeah, he likes to summon his little light orb things. Then you can always attack these little small guys here to get more like the Dragon Fury points or whatever. Oh, I forgot about that attack. Yeah, there's probably better ways I could reflect that. And actually, let me go ahead and do a safety level up here. I think we should be good for safety stuff still. So in this section, this is a little more of a tough section. Ideally, you want to have Valcor on the middle platform with you being on his right side, because there's going to be a wind that's like constantly pushing you left, so you can kind of mitigate that by being on the right side of the platform. At which point you just like constantly do like basic attacks on him. In this case, if you're kind of spawning to his left, you can either try to just counterattack him constantly, or you can try to just attack him and try to keep up with the way the wind platform goes. I think in this case, I'm going to try to go for the attack strategy here. Then you want to be able to dodge away from that thing, because it will freeze you and will make you angry. Yeah, this is kind of what we want. We just want to keep being able to do this. If you do it well enough, you can actually skip basically all of his other attacks. He doesn't really do too much else other than that. This section is a little more kind of complicated. He'll do this big crash down effect that can stun you. He'll start summoning fire. Yeah, this is one of those sections I haven't fully gotten a good setup for yet. Because kind of the number one rule is that your basic attacking and like chain attacking is going to be faster than counter attacking. It's just significantly less safe as well. You can also get like an upstab from there if you're timing it correctly, which I could not time, unfortunately. Yeah, and unfortunately, like with all their fire-based things, a lot of the stuff can set you on fire. And he also stuns you from there, which is not good times. You can use this opportunity to do a bunch of down stabs on him, which is good for damage. I should do a safety heal. You're taking down that phase. And then here, I believe he has mostly dark and then a little bit of like all of his powers combined. This is when he gets really angry. Oh yeah, there's his roar. Oh, I did not dash in time. So he does also have an attack here that you can reflect back for massive damage as well. I think it should be this right here. When he starts like breathing it. I didn't know he could stun me during that. Also, something about this attack in one of my previous runs like insta-killed me. I still have no idea why. Okay. Yeah, maybe I actually should buy some healing items because I'm explaining things, I can't just like naturally react to everything I normally see. So it kind of makes it a little bit harder in that sense. Let's go pick some heals. And of course, because we didn't pick up any item pouches, we have like very minimal amount we can actually buy. No, not that. No, not that. I can't jump down these? That seems unfortunate. Actually, we have enough money. Let's pick up one of these. Yeah, the blue potion recovers all your HP, MP, and ammunition, which is super nice. And welcome in, Gecko, and thank you for the contribution. How you doing tonight? We're getting so much closer to the Guitar Hero. We can all jam out on one Wednesday a month. So I can look forward to it. Yeah, at least now that I've already kind of gone over these phases, I can just do these in the way I normally do them and go through them fast, which is nice. Okay, so you start over there, but you just jump right over there. Oh god. Overall, the guys come along pretty well, and I swear, if I was actually like timing my run in this, I actually probably would have had some like gold splits at this point, which is kind of interesting to me. But I had some like really good boss fights earlier. I think I've actually kind of solidified a few strats as well. Okay, so since we're starting inside of his hitbox, we're just gonna do the counter strat. Yeah, try to stay on this side, or not. I keep forgetting there's a platform there. Yeah, when he starts doing this attack, this is the one that's hard to really do anything to him. Oh god, we got frozen. Oh my god. Okay, we got that phase. It's about the internet? Heckin' internet. Okay, we avoided the sun that time. Okay, there's some help from an enemy. Ooh, bonus XP too. Not enough for a level though, so it's not quite worth it. Ow. Oh right, that was the fire attack, this fire phase, not his Death Dark phase. Yeah, this section is probably the easiest because you just the spells in general don't really help because the spells normally get stronger when you find more of the spell scrolls out in the world. We don't find any of those scrolls, so that we don't really get to strengthen our spells up, like, at all. So, unfortunately, the spells don't even really help, like, at all. Okay, that was a lot of damage. Let's just do a level up here. Do a full heal. I didn't do as much healing as I wanted it to. Ow. Okay, that does... Oh! I didn't realize I could double hit. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually kind of getting into weird situations I don't normally have with the final phase of that boss. I don't know why it feels different this time. Yeah, I mean, I guess one of the balancing things is that your sword does do quote-unquote critical damage against all forms of Valkor, so you're kind of meant to use your melee attack, especially when you reflect attacks too. Because some of the reflections do like literally 1,000 damage. It does also suck that the sword beams hardly do any damage, but it's also not really unexpected either. Because that would just kind of make the game too easy if they did a lot of damage. Ow. Yeah, especially when you're first learning this fight, you kind of want to learn how to avoid as much damage as possible. Oh, that was good damage right there. Okay, get out of the way of that. Yeah, if you do that section right, you can actually defeat him before he gets a chance to do anything else. Oh god, now he's doing this. There we go. There's that phase. Yeah, because all about the fire phase, I haven't really fully figured out a good a full method for. Which is probably part of the issues. There's some health. I thought probably only ever comes this side for that attack. I also gotta remember he does the big teleportation damage thing too. No, I'll take the free level up there. There we go. There's that phase. Yeah, the pogoing there is probably like the most effective thing you can do, because he just does not move a lot during that phase. I love how that potion's actually still there, unless I can go. Oh, I did not mean to use that. Okay. Okay, we got 2,000 damage in. That's decent. Oh god. I didn't get the pause in time. I was trying to pause and use a level up, but it wasn't fast enough. I was trying to get that other potion too, but I just couldn't get to there in time either. In a way, this is technically a good thing for the guy, because then you can see kind of like everything that can go wrong with the run, so you can kind of be prepared ahead of time as well. So not only is it good for my personal experience, it's also good for the people watching and trying to learn. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. Ah, dang it. Ooh, that was actually a good reflection set. Let's actually go. Although now I'm in a bad position for this, which sucks. There we go. There's that phase. Okay, avoided the stun there at least. Yeah, you really can't do anything about that attack really, so just kind of accept it. Oh god. I feel like it kind of does most of its attacks in the same. Oh god, I keep forgetting about that. Let's just use a potion. Oh, I barely made that. There we go. Oh, I still got the damage. Nice. Oh god, that does a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm so afraid of trying to do anything when he does that attack phase because of like the one random insta-kill we had. I don't really know how to deal with otherwise. Okay, this is actually a good section to do the pogo as well, since he doesn't really move much. Okay, I'm staying away from this so I avoid the massive damage that does. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, to some degree, that fight is more about just being able to survive all the stuff that he throws at you in the meantime. As long as you can survive, that's the important bit. I don't remember how much / little damage they do. I just remember that their strength is... It's good for, like, the mid-game and for, like, very specific boss usages. I don't remember them being useful for that fight, but I would have to check again to actually know the numbers. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, this section exists in the game, but it's really not, like, super challenging or hard, so I'm not really making too much of a guide for this one. Just, you know, push forward, survive. That's all you need to do. Yeah, that's literally the end of the platforming section right here. So now we have the final boss. So the basic mechanic here, at the start of the fight, there's going to be 2 pink orbs on either side of the screen. You need to destroy all of those for Vaughn to become initially damageable. And that's only when his head actually, like, brightens up. As long as his head is lit up, you can do as much damage to him and as much, like, shenanigans as you want to do to him. Eventually, the pink orbs will respawn. And then once his head goes dim again, then you have to destroy those again in order to actually do damage to him. That's the key point you need to be aware of. Otherwise, just realize there's going to be panic everywhere because everything else is also happening at the same time. And yeah, the orbs take basically 4 hits of the, yeah. Yeah, you also kind of want to try to dodge the main attacks that he does, because they will, in fact, do a lot of damage. Yeah, like, even though we see the orb available now, his head is still vulnerable, so we're still doing all the damage that we can. But yeah, all the attacks that actually come from him directly, you want to try to avoid, because they do a good chunk of damage. Kind of like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use a potion here for a little bit of extra safety. Oh, God. Okay, now we're leveling up. Unfortunately, we only have, like, 1 safety level remaining, so it's kind of this or bust right now. Okay, we got damage. We actually got taken out of the stun effect. Ow. I couldn't even see myself for a second there. And I do also have my dragon power, too. I need to remember that. The dragon power will be especially good when I need to recover and just plain ignore damage. Yeah, attacking the hands does not do damage to the head. So it's literally only the head you have to worry about. I'm just going to do this now. For safety. And that's how you beat the game. Yeah, curious for full optimization. Maybe seeking a couple shots to throw a bit of extra damage. Yeah, I'll have to look at that at some point. I don't know if I call it a must-have. Because one thing I do notice is that when you attack his head using the dragon power, for whatever reason, the sword beam effect takes precedence over the actual sword swing. So you're doing a lot less damage per swing than you would think you would be doing. I'm basically using dragon power mostly as a way to recover health and not worry about damage for like certain segment of the fight if you happen to get like low on healing items or level up or anything like that. So I don't know if it's just an instance of like where I am on the screen relative to Vaughn's head, if maybe that's why the... I don't remember that sound effect having taken place before. But yeah, so I don't know if it's a matter of just where the hitbox is that's causing that issue. That's something I might need to try to investigate at some point in the future. But yeah, that's basically the way I've kind of interpreted that fight so far. You know, one thing we could do Unfortunately, I can't just skip the credits outright or anything like that. I do kind of want to see what our items do that we do have on the final boss. I'm just going to go ahead and close the game. Open it back up, because that's going to be a lot faster to get to the title screen. I do want to see what happens if we, like, what do the other items do in that fight? In the Vaughn fight, I should say. Because unfortunately, the Valcor fight just takes way too long to be able to get to. If we load back into this game, we can go right back to the lava area, the void. Because I'm imagining they don't do a lot of damage, if like anything practically. But I am kind of curious on some of the numbers now. Dang it. Okay, I was so sure I was gonna hit like the roof of that thing. I was gonna pay for it with my life. I'm so glad I didn't. Okay, so how much... So I do want to focus on his actual head, 'cause that's the kind of important bit. I've also been curious as to what happens... Yeah, skip cutscene. So I do also want to see what happens if you, like, just break up the claws. Wait, can you not... Oh, you can't even attack the claws until the things are gone either. That's good to know. Okay, so now I can attack the claws. Can I actually destroy the claws? Is one thing I want to test. Oh, God. Okay, so the downside actually doesn't do any extra damage. That's interesting. Yeah, we're just kind of doing some, like, experimental things now, because I'm curious. I also don't know if it necessarily matters, like, which hand I'm attacking, if they all take the damage. I should probably do a safety level. Yeah, I just want to see if it's even possible to destroy the hands at all. Okay, I love that I'm getting random health potions from the minor enemies. Yeah, so far I'm not really seeing any practical effects of attacking the hands. I don't know if there was gonna be. Ow. Yeah, it does seem like I just keep doing the sword beam damage instead of the actual sword itself, which is not helpful. Stop yelling at me! Actually, hold on. I'm actually still doing damage to him through his hands. Oh, actually, everything I'm attacking... Hold on. Okay, where am I? Okay, there I am. I literally lost track of where my body was. Oh god, I should not have. Oh god. Okay, we have one more safety level up. Yeah, I want to see if I can, like, do anything to any of these other guys. Like, at all. Okay, I think I killed something that gave me a level up. I don't know what. Okay, so you can destroy the heads. Destroying the heads is possible. Yeah, I'm just doing, like, for fun experimenting at this point. Hold on. Oh, God. Stop yelling. Okay, no, the heads do come back, though. Okay, so The heads on the side do revive on their own, and attacking the claws also does do damage to Valcor. Oh, also. Okay, Boomerang is useless. I didn't see how much damage that did. Was that effect always there? It seemed like a weird, like, icy skull effect. Huh. Okay, so we'll open that up again. We'll do one more test. I'm going to see how much damage the other things can do then. Yeah, the boomerang is it's doing the best it can, and it's adorable. But yeah, the main thing, I'm guessing the boomerang isn't getting through the enemy's basically damage reduction is probably what's going on. And I don't imagine most of our other things are going to have any much more effect. But yeah, let's go take a look. So one more trip through just so we can find out what our other effects do for like actual numbers. Dang it. Or at least for this section, I really don't need to worry about like my health or magic because it's all going to be replenished by the time we get to the end anyway. So there is that benefit. Oh god. Oh, I got lucky with that platform timing. Okay, yeah, so they do still spawn those things, so... Alright, so... Yeah, I do want to test the actual damage on the head, because that can be, like, the main thing I'm going to try to attack, because it takes the most damage. So let's try... Yeah. And yeah, the most efficient way to do damage to these orbs like this is do an upstab at the point where it affects them both on the same tick. Oh, come on. Oh, that didn't do anything. That didn't do anything, it didn't look like. That didn't do anything. Oh, I don't have the MP for that. Thankfully, I have a bunch of these potions. Oh, well. Well, so far, the things we tried have not done any damage at all. Alright, skip that. Yeah, that's definitely the vibe I'm getting too. Okay, still don't have the MP for this. That's absolutely no damage. And the thing is, this is the one that had probably the most likelihood of doing damage, because this one is max level, because we get all these through story. So I'm guessing this does nothing. Oh, wow. Okay, bullet does do damage. Not a lot, but it does do damage. We already tried that. There's no way bomb is going to work. It's not going to be high enough range. But yeah, it is absolutely sort of bust. I just got yeeted. Let's see if I can finagle just one more random, like, Bond defeat. Yeah, the upstab is just so efficient because it does like the most damage and you can do it like a good fast tick. Just basically as long as you can keep a rhythm on the up attack. There we go. Okay, so it's at least good to know that if I'm waiting for the head to be available to attack, I can still attack the claws and do a little bit of extra damage that way. So we've learned more things tonight. There is the benefit of that. Yeah, imagine making a guide and actually learning things from your own guide making. That's like the next level strats. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for all of our guides for tonight then. So for those watching on YouTube, I will say thank you so much for hanging out and checking out the guides, and hopefully these will at least kind of give you a little more light on how, like, you know, how the game has worked as from what I've been able to figure out. And hopefully it's able to encourage you to maybe at least pick the game up for yourself, if not maybe even speedrun it as well. I would be glad to have you. And so with that, to all those watching on YouTube, I bid you all I guess a good time of day. I can't really say good night because I don't know what time you're going to be watching this. But yeah, have a good time zone, everybody, and thank you for watching. Yay! Alright, that's why we'll end up all the other YouTube stuff there. So yeah, it's probably going to take me a while to get all the proper editing of stuff to make like the individual videos up. Because yeah, I know the last time I tried to do like video editing, I forget what I was doing it for. For some reason, the audio was desynced from the video during like the kind of like the snipping of the actual production section of it. Thankfully, by the time I uploaded it, it was like properly synced up. But yeah, it made it really hard to figure out when to start and stop a clip, stuff like that. But yeah. So I've got the brunt of the stuff done. Now I just need to do more actual work. Yay, work. But yeah, hopefully, since I can actually get this stuff eventually uploaded to the speedrun.com site. And yeah, hopefully get more people interested in the game, know a little bit more how the game works. And yeah. So I wasn't actually expecting to be able to do the entire guide thing in one stream. So I guess on Thursday we'll do a proper speedrun and see if we can get the sub 220. Because yeah, there was some parts in this, like I mentioned earlier, some parts during my guides, I feel like I could have gotten gold splits on. Now that I'm feeling a little bit more confident doing the pogo strat on the fire snake boss, yeah, I'm feeling even better about the game now and trying to speedrun and get better time. So yeah, let's second go then. Definitely looking forward to Thursday now. But yeah, at this point, let's go and see who is still alive. There's one person who when I was still alive when I was doing my bio break. I want to see if they're still alive now. They are still alive now. I feel like we need to give this person some love because they do like these random super long streams, and I don't know how they have the energy to do these long streams, but I want to help them celebrate all the streaminess and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and give Deglion a good old heckin' raid. Alright, so how about we do... No, not that. You good? So, first part... Stage 1 of guide making is done. Now, just stage 2 left. Alright, so I think this is going to be our raid message. If you don't have my emotes, use whatever emotes feel appropriate for those. I know the message is a little specific for how like the emotes would work for that, but honestly, whatever emotes you have will probably work pretty well for that one. But yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out and kind of, yeah, even like the questions have been asked. It's always good to be able to have questions come up from the people when I'm trying to make guides, so I actually know what to add on to what people might be asking about. And just again, thank you all so much for hanging out. And we get to actually raid on the actual end stream where with Flame and I forget her name. Crystal. Yeah, Flame and Crystal get their happy little ending. But now let us go and give Deglion a visit, and with that I shall bid you all a good night and your cat meme.